Hey everybody, welcome. We are in episode 9 of our homebrewed Forgotten Realms adventure Factions of Fate. Thanks for joining us. Please like the video if you're able. Please also subscribe. We're on a mission to hit 500 subs for this year. Share us with your friends and help us get the word out. We exist. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks. Last time we really had an epic adventure. So epic we had to break it up into 2 parts. Well, that was a late night. That was super fun though. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But now we get to deal with the aftermath of that, and hopefully get some new questing and some new things going on. That'd be cool. And then we took a short break to crawl out of the dungeon, escape the darkness of the Barrow Woods, and enjoy some time with our families, which was kind of nice. I went to see my daughter in Colorado. Nate, you went to where? Europe or
Ireland and the UK.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And Graham, wait a minute.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Aren't you supposed to be in Canada?
Well, not necessarily. I just happened to be in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by.
Yes.
Very
Happy
nice.
to have you.
Doing a drive-by with America.
Hey, that's very American of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess American drive-bys are pretty serious. Yeah. Just flying by. But anyway, Graham, thanks for driving out thanks for driving down here and hanging out with us in person. It's kind of nice to have you here in person.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So it'll be weird to not look at you without having a fake background. Yeah. If I reach out and poke you a little bit, that's just for me making sure you're reading. All right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so after a short break, I'm ready to get back to my role as killer DM.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my font of many unfair player deaths is a little bit empty. It's feeling a little bit light.
Yeah, not dead yet. That's the.
It would be great if you didn't put me in it this time.
Hey,
I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
Also, dibs on that one.
Yeah. So speaking of that, as we move to our next phase, because we kind of like completed a kind of a section there, I wanted public covered a little bit of what happened last game. And I got some feedback from it, but it was also something I was thinking about. So near the end of the last game, we had a couple points, at least 1 point for sure, where I kind of tweaked the rules to kind of give you some survivability. And mostly because we were at the end of that adventure and it was a late night because we played kind of a double episode at once. And also you guys forgot to do something very vital, which would have helped you out quite a bit. So I was like, I don't know if they're going to survive. So I had to kind of like tweak a few things. But that's just going to be that. So I'm not going to do that anymore. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that no more Deus Ex Alan. So
We appreciated it at the time.
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt bad because the one thing could have happened. I could have really I knew 2 characters that were probably going to go down. I was like, I
was this close. I was 1 off of going down.
Yeah.
And then
I think I had
6 hit points left.
I think I had 6 hit points.
So
One of those shadows could have one-shotted me.
yeah.
But in the end, our vitals were stable.
Yeah. I wanted to remind you guys that you guys had a radiance rod that does an area effect damage to undead that you were given, but nobody decided to use.
Yeah, that's our fault. Yeah, I wasn't carrying it.
But anyway, so we covered that. And that brings us to the best part of the night is that we have all reached level 10. Sweet.
Double digits.
All right, good job, everybody. So let's take the briefest of moments to explore our new skills and powers. And if you guys are if everybody did 2E of D&D, you'll know the skills and powers book, which was grossly overpowered and terrible to use. But anyway, so let's talk about what our adventures have earned. So we'll just kind of go around the table here. And like I said, just give us the briefest highlights of what you have going on. So let's start with, let's go around the table. Mike, why don't you tell us what Jaru's got going on?
He just went up a level in Wizard.
All right.
Just more spell slots. Picked up a couple of new spells. Wait and see what those are.
Oh, you're gonna spring them on me? Okay, I got you.
I could tell you. You could look if you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, pretty much just up in hit points. Blah blah blah. Pretty basic.
Nice. Well, all right. Good job. Let's go to Graham. He drove all the way down here from Canada. I think he's the deserves
Just
to go
to tell you what I did to level up.
Yeah, and then get out.
Safe trip.
Yeah, so I went up a level in Rogue.
Oh, another level in Rogue.
Yeah, so that now gives me cunning action, which means I can disengage as a bonus action, which will come in very handy.
Hell yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm still a bit squishy.
Yeah. And you get a little more sneak attack.
Yeah.
You get more sneak attack at this level? I don't remember if you did.
Not more sneak attack, but I do get to, like I say, that disengage action. So I can go in and get a sneak attack and then get out before they get a chance to hit me. So
Yeah. Just remember, in this version of the game, it doesn't add any more movement now. It's just your whatever
Right,
movement you
yeah.
had. Yep. Didn't want to surprise you later.
no, I get that.
Cool. All right. Good job, Graham. Nice. Let's go to Eric. Eric, what do you got going on? What does Hemo have?
Well, my superiority die went up from a D8 to a D10, so all of my
Nice.
maneuvers are a little stronger. And I get 2 more maneuvering options. So I picked precision attack and trip attack,
That's cool.
Nice.
which
Trip wire's
both
good.
which both can be used with my bow. So
Very nice.
I can lean a little bit more into the sniper role that I find myself in whenever I'm out of reach of my swords.
That's awesome.
So
Cool.
yeah, and a really good roll on the HP die, which he's going to need because he's not nearly as armored as Eckankar.
Cameron, what do we got? What does Lear got going on there? Your druid.
He took another level in Druid, and at level 10, Moon Druid, he's got some new elemental shapes. That's his big change. And then just a couple spell slots.
Elementals are awesome.
Yeah, the elementals are going to be really cool.
That'll come in clutch, especially since I'm going to be trying to kill you even more now. All right, sweet. Let's go to Zach. Zach, what do you got going on with Eckankar?
So I took a level in Paladin again. So now level 8 Paladin. And I decided to do ability score improvement. I now have a 20 charisma. So that means +5 for your guys' saves when you're next to me now.
Nice.
It's really strong.
That'll be awesome. Good job. Nice. All right. And then Nate, let's now you're back from Europe. If you can give us it all in not metric, that'd be great.
Hey, we still use some metric here. Yeah. So
Plus 2 millimeters.
Yes. Go into level 10 of Artificer. He's going to get magic item adept. So he's a little bit better at tuning magic items and crafting magic items, which
fun.
I'm going to try to do at some point here.
You just picked up flying boots, didn't you?
Maybe we'll see. And then he just so he gets a few more infusions known and that he can have at a time.
That's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, that's all right. So let's put those powers to the test, huh? I think that's the whole point of being here. We talked a lot. Let's just get into it. So let's just catch up on where we were. It's been 2 weeks since we've played. So hopefully people remember, where their dice are and everything on their board. So let's get started. Previously, our adventurers explored the Barrow Woods in search of evidence to show the town that the once priest of Kalambor turned politician Duvessa Shane was not fit to unseat the incumbent Darathra Chandrel. When exploring those sinister woods, the Odaludin was cursed by its dark forces, his sense of self slowly dissolving.
Into shadow.
Yeah. They found the decapitated body, a machine wrought of Lathander's name, and possibly the key to use it. But the key required a living crystal they did not have. Cyric, the god of lies, may have had a handle in creating this vile Barrow Woods, so you guys were assuming. A note left behind brought our adventurers to the Tribor Arms and the ranger, Zindra, played by me, who identified the body as the real Duvessa Shane. It was evident from the start that Zindra and the real Duvessa Shane shared a special relationship, but Zindra was suffering from being rejected by the false version of Duvessa. It's a lot of Duvessas that now walks among the people of Tribor. Zindra promised to aid the group in finding the living crystal, but in return, the group promised to deal with the imposter. Our adventurers traveled into the western hills of the Sword Mountains, battling a drake that oozed of bluish poison and a packed gnolls. Once they found the crystal cave, Zindra admitted that she had never been inside and that she had felt guilty for not being entirely honest with Duvessa the last time they spoke.
And we threw her off a cliff.
Yeah.
She said she just kind of didn't remember what happened. So it's possible she went inside and then just sort of like had her memory messed with by these creatures.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah.
She
Could have
didn't know,
just
right?
Been hit really hard in the head.
Yeah. Maybe that creature had superiority dice, D10. All right. Eckankar and Flander helped her regain her strength, and the group entered the cavern. Within, they found the crystalline entity who spoke of blue fingers and a strange intelligence. The spell plague, which was thought to have been vanquished with the Second Sundering, was still in Faerun and was reaching out from the high forest to the east. The entity also told our adventurers that beneath Tribor was an emptiness his vast tremor sense could not penetrate. He offered to give the living crystal to you guys if you agreed to discover what was happening. It also told the party to seek out the fountain of memories within the high forest if they needed answers. With Theodoluin fading faster and faster, the party raced back to the Barrow Woods. Following the complex series of checks, Flander stepped upon the pedestal.
Rolled like crap.
There was some steps forward and some steps backwards on that one.
Stepped upon the pedestal and began a ritual to hopefully restore the Barrow Woods once and for all.
Didn't you do the arcane check though?
Yeah, you did.
I made it.
There was a few.
Well, I'm just saying it was you and Flander.
Yeah. It was a team effort. It really was. I mean, for him to make the checks,
Flander kind of caved under the pressure.
Yeah, you had to come up with adding all of your benefits and stuff. Yeah. I'm glad you made it that last time because you guys were running short on resources. That would have been hard after that. But the shadows rose up to stop them, including the master of the Barrow Woods, a giant mass of shadows that cried out that it was defending the people from the spell plague. Our heroes, that would be you, stood fast and finally completed the ritual, expelling the shadows from the land and returning nature to its proper order. After completing their task, several dozen images of people appeared, including the image of Duvessa Shane herself. Duvessa and Zindra shared a tender but tragic moment before Duvessa told the group that Kalimvor had rewarded them for their efforts. The living crystal had been transformed into a medallion with Kalimvor's symbol. Duvessa then said her final goodbyes to Zindra and faded into sweet mist. Now Zindra lays in ruin beside a kneeling Eckankar, the triumph of their victory weighed down by the Elven Ranger's loss. And there's where we start. Any questions or things that I missed? Or it's been 2 weeks, so better make sure we're good. All right, so you guys are sitting there. Zindra is laying kind of on her side, curled up, kind of covering her face up beside a kneeling Eckankar. The rest of you are just in the nearby area. What do you guys want to do?
Unfortunately, it was early in the morning.
Yeah.
We need to rest. We need to take cover.
Idea.
And I definitely feel better after this.
Yeah, you feel like your old self again. I don't know if that's better. That's up to you.
I will thank everyone for sure. Thank you, everyone.
Of course.
He nods to himself, and he'll go inspect this machinery some more because it looks interesting.
All right, you go over to the machinery, and it seems to be, at this point, dormant. There is the device that you had used to fasten it. Inside of there, what was a living crystal is a crystalline pendant or amulet sitting there in its place, and it has the symbol of Kalimvor on it.
Well, Flander's standing up by it. He sort of looks up at you and looks over at the pendant.
So, see if I can make contact with the pendant. Can I touch it? And
Yeah, you can definitely climb up there and grab it. It's sort of hovering in the middle there, kind of like the living crystal was. You grab it, and it's removed, and it is now in your hands. Make a death save. Killer DM.
Oh, no. Not again. And I'll send it down to
DM.
Theo.
Interesting. Intriguing.
Does this piece of crystal that has been molded into a Kalimvor symbol, does it look pretty similar to this amulet we used now?
Which amulet are you talking about?
Well, the one that we hung in the machine.
That was like a
activate it?
device. That was a whole.
Yeah, that was a spherical device that spun around, and it's been a couple weeks, so it spins around, and inside they put the living crystal that hovered inside, and that's the thing that channeled all the power. And it was spent, but in its place was replaced by this symbol that that the ghostly visage of Duvesta Shane had said was a final gift from Kalimvor.
Oh, okay. So we can take
Music,
that out of the contraption.
Yeah.
It's an attaboy from Kelmo.
Yeah, real pat on the back.
Well done, all of you.
All right, so you have it in your hand. It is definitely crystal. You can see your hand through it. You can see the symbol as you move it around. It's just palm size. So, what would you like to do with it?
I'll take it over to Joru and see if he can take a look at it with me.
Sure. Well, I cast Identify.
Can I aid you on that?
I'll
You're just casting it? Yeah,
yeah.
never mind.
All right, when for the person who is wearing this amulet of Kalimvor, what will happen is while you're wearing this amulet, undead get disadvantaged to attack you. And however, once and only once, it can cast Raise Dead. When doing so, it destroys the amulet.
Still.
It requires attunement,
Whoa.
and it's considered very rare.
In order to raise dead, do you need the head?
Oh, yeah. How
I don't
much
know.
do you need left?
Yeah.
Either way, that's a.
It probably
very
is
good
past the time limit of Raise Dead.
Mm.
I believe it's a couple days for Raise Dead.
Yes, you should give that to one of our gallant warriors here. Pointing at Flander and Hemo. Not Flander. Not she's not a great fighter, but to Hemo and Eckankar.
All right.
It
Well,
would make sense for them to
It's true.
wear it.
if you make sure you have an attunement slot available if you want to use it.
Oh, also
I do
using
have
This
a
seems
slot.
befitting a paladin.
yeah, and
What?
using the Raise Dead component would presumably require the diamond worth 500 gold pieces, or
No,
does this
it allows you. It destroys. It
part of it.
That makes
destroys
sense.
the sacrifice you make is destroying the amulet.
Is the thing itself? Yeah. All right. Cool.
Still, that's
But yeah, it can't be dead for longer than 10 days.
Yeah.
pretty good.
And it may, yeah.
Speaking of the dead, Eckankar, what happened there with those ghosts? Do you recognize that as a spell?
Could they do like a religion check on that? Or
What do you want to know?
like what happened? Why did these ghosts appear? Like was there magic involved or was it
those-
it Kalimvor? Did he do this?
Yeah, were the
Give me
spirits there
a
before?
religion check.
Give it a shot.
It was
21.
spirits being released.
All right, you kind of look into yourself, remembering all of the lore that you know about your religious studies you've done throughout the years, and being in town, the legend of the Barrow Woods has been around for a while, though nobody really comes here, and you had no reason to before. But as you look around here, you don't really know why this was happening right now. It seems strange that it was even, once you kind of figured out that you can use Lathander's light to destroy them, you don't know the reason behind it or what that main creature was and why the shadows are even here. Not yet, anyway. Foreshadow.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not sure, but Drew makes a good point. It might have been the victims of this area being set free almost.
He gestures over at Theo. We witnessed his draining. He would have been trapped in one of those things. We would have probably had all of us fallen, we would have given that creature, I think, a sizable boost in power.
Is my strength back?
No.
Not yet.
We haven't rested.
Yeah,
We should get out of here
It's
before I'm drained the
8:15
rest
in the
of
morning.
the way.
But there's no shadow.
Yeah.
We're just in the woods now, right?
Yeah, but you won't get benefits of a long rest
Until you rest.
until 20. You have to wait until the full day. As you remember when Hemo.
Can't long rest 3 times a day.
No, you can't. Yeah,
Who? Crazy.
These rules.
yeah.
Okay.
You've been talking to Larian too much.
We'll take
That's why
a short
yours-
rest.
We need to hold up. He goes, let's see, who's at 1 strength or who's
I'm
at
at
like
3.
I'm at 6
It goes over to
HP.
Hemo and just like pushes him over.
I fall down. I can't get up. I'm apparently over my carry capacity right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't have your life alert.
We are not in a position to face anything. I would recommend if we go to that cabin nearby. The woods have driven away any overtly hostile beings in the woods. The
living
shadows took them all.
the living shadows themselves are gone now. So
So no major predators would be in the area yet.
Now, I will add that Eckankar, when you did that religion check, that you were pretty sure that the creatures that were attacking you were actually the essence of those beings that showed up at the end.
Oh, okay.
That the hordes of those shadows
With the trapped souls.
were trapped souls.
Yeah, the trapped
that
souls.
that whatever that main entity was doing was using it to control to attack you.
Okay.
And you saw most of them fade away. So you can be I would say with that roll on religion, you can assume that whatever this main enemy was probably not immediately a concern anymore. Now, who knows after that, but
Okay. I'll relay that to everybody. Yeah.
all right. As you stand around, you can see Zindra. She's laying on her side, and she's sort of she's sort of just laying there quietly, trying her best to compose herself, but unable to get up.
Eck will go over and be like, "What we did just now, we freed her soul. She's in a much better place now, and you did that for her."
She remains. She tries to look up, but it's almost like she can't. She doesn't have the strength right now. She sort of is laying there, and she's not sure what to do. Why don't you give me a? I didn't write down what I wanted to do here. Why don't you give me a? We're gonna go with persuasion right now. We'll do that. You have that new bonus that you just got, big boost to persuasion. You get a +1 to your roll.
Yeah,
What'd you
+9 now. Let's go. 19.
All right. As you stand over her, encouraging her to
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Hold my beer. All right. Encouraging her to rise. She calmly lets out a whisper. It's almost inaudible how softly she speaks as you stand near her. The atmosphere of the woods is lightened. You can hear the rustling of the trees. There's kind of warmth. You can see the sunlight coming through. And she says, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to move. I deserve this. Ever since I was a child in Silver Moon, I've been nothing but a fuck up. She looks up at you with the kind of the side of her eye. She says, when Duvessa came to the Tribal Arms to hire a guide to find this place, the only reason she hired me was because everyone else laughed at her. And we came here and it was her who saved me. She places a finger on her forehead, staring at her palm, emulating kind of what the story she told you before about how Duvessa had used it to sort of give her a focus to get her through. Says, she always knew exactly what to say. I thought things were finally going to be different. As your eyes adjust to the sudden sunlight that now breaks through the woods, a sense of calmness now settles upon the rest of you. Zindra is still curled up on the floor, enveloped by the grasses and brushes of the new green forest. It's then that a warm breeze jets from the east. The trees sway in their loud natural rustle. Suddenly the grasses around Eckankar and Zindra burst into beautiful yellow flowers. And the circle expands, and then a line flows away from the two of you down the path toward Duvessa's cabin.
A line of flowers.
Is
that your work, Lear?
See, like I said, we should
That
go
is
to
not
cabin.
me.
Zindra looks up at the flowers, suddenly distracted by them and encouraged by Eckankar's words. She She looks and says, "What's this?" She reaches down and touches the edges of one of the flowers.
Are
Marigolds.
they real?
Yeah, they seem real. She touches them. She says, "Marigolds, my sister's favorite." She climbs to her feet, staring at the trail. "What does this mean?" she asks you, Eckankar.
Might be a message from Chandrel. Not sure. I think we should follow it.
What did the rest of you guys want to do?
Agreed.
Frankly, with the twisting and turning of the Barrow Woods before we dispelled the shadows, I'm not sure I know a good way out of here other than this trail.
All right, the group of you begin walking down the trail. It's
Lear
the
will
same trail-
scoop up the two weakest looking people.
Okay.
That's right. You line for him.
All right. You're in while still in line form. Who are those two people going to be?
X looking pretty weak. Who else is drained a whole bunch? Is
I don't
Hemo?
have any strength drain.
Hemo only has
Or no, I
3
do,
strength
actually.
left.
Well, Zindra, definitely.
Yeah, I have 10 strength, so I'm not awful. I'm just a normal guy.
Ginger's a bit weak, but she says she's all
Lear,
right.
I hate to ask. Could you take my pack?
I'll scoop Hemo and Eckankar up onto my back.
All right.
Back again. Watch out for signs.
Ginger walks beside the lion. She kind of has one hand on the lion because she's sort of distracted. She's staring down at these flowers as if she's trying to decode a message of some sort. You know, it's just flowers, but she's mesmerized by its presence. Anybody else going to do anything?
Walking next to Theo, lean over and go, "Ugh, those wood elves are so flighty."
All right. The group of you travel through the path, traveling on the path toward the cabin. However, strangely enough, the flowers don't go to the cabin. There is a secondary path, a path
Oh,
you've
the one
not
that we didn't
taken,
take in?
where the flowers turn and flow in that direction. Zindra stops and she looks over at it and then looks back at you.
Flowers.
It is not a threatening display, at least.
Where is that headed? If we follow it that direction, does that get us towards the edge
Looks like it's heading
of the
north.
woods?
Looks like it's heading north.
From what we know of the layout of the Barrow Woods, does that get us towards? That's away from Tribor, right?
It's actually heading toward Tribor, but if you remember, the Barrow Woods tend to be longer north-south than east-west. You're actually kind of heading into more of the central part of the woods.
You said it was not threatening, but have you ever heard the phrase of pushing up the daisies?
No.
These are marigolds.
Yeah, these are marigolds. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what you're trying to imply.
As you ask the interdimensional traveling being,
He'll explain it to you in annoying detail. How pushing up the daisies is, about being dead, and it could be perceived as a threat in such light.
all right. What do you guys want to do? You see that Zindra doesn't. She's looking at you for direction.
Nevertheless, I too think we should follow the flowers.
This happened suddenly for a reason. You have positive ties to the message or the summons, apparently. Lead on.
The DM
We
now
have-
roads.
Literally.
Literally.
Plenty of daylight, I suppose. We can. It's not like we're going to be resting again until tonight, so may as well.
Yeah, there's no laurels
Yes.
around here. Yeah, to get through. No. All right, so ready to wander into the unknown, probably the most deadly encounter here, as you guys have 3 strength.
I'll move to the front of the line.
Before we get too far, what does the amulet do again? Just so we can write it down, because the Ek did take it. If
Sure,
everybody wants it to.
Sparkles.
The amulet means that when an undead attacks you, physically attacks you, they will get disadvantage on attacking you while you're wearing this amulet. And
Sounds
one time
good.
only it can cast it can cast
He's dead.
Raise Dead. When it
Okay.
does so, it destroys the amulet.
Pretty potent.
Pretty good though.
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
Okay. So you got to take the trail. All right. You take the trail following the now unknown path. It winds in and out of the forest, zigzagging in some ways, and almost to the point where you feel like you might be to the point where you're lost. When suddenly it opens up into a sunlit clearing. I'll bring the map up now.
Roll for initiative.
Get your hit points, everybody.
I laugh because it's true. No, I'm no.
Not yet.
Let me bring it up to you. Let me bring it up. All right. Deep within the confines of the woodlands lies a glade veiled in an unsettled stillness, where the very air seems to hold its breath in trepidation. Even though the darkness is faded, the landscape is bright, there's a sort of hesitance. You walk on the scene and it feels like something dark, something sinister, something unsavory definitely happened here. Here, a circle of pillars stands sentinel, their worn surfaces bearing the weight of past deeds, crafted from bones. The heart of the circle rests a table fashioned from a mosaic of hundreds of deer antlers. Their twisted forms entwined to create a grotesque yet mesmerizing centerpiece. The table exudes an aura of primal reverence, as if it were a shrine. Upon the ground, a trail of crimson red traces a hasty path, forming intricate sigils and symbols. The crimson hue seems to seep into the very earth, leaving behind an ominous resonance that stains the surrounding grasses. Dangling from the inner pillars are chains and cuffs. Each link bears the weight of past transgressions, a testament to the darkest deeds wrought within the confines of this glade. Below these cuffs are pools of dried blood far too thick for just one body. The atmosphere within the woodlands here, the sanctuary, is oppressive despite the sun and brightness, as if the very trees themselves recoil from the malevolent energies that linger within. In a corner is a stack of boxes that have been tossed around. They are aged and broken. What do you want to do?
And the flowers lead where?
Those flowers lead right here. They end.
They end at the circle.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see
I
the
see.
flowers.
Is that the yellow brick road
Yeah.
right there?
Yep, next to Hero. Yep.
Boxes up there.
They represent the Lollipop League.
Uh,
So, in the name of Lollipop League, what do you guys want to do?
Is this where those shadows came from? Was something summoned here?
Yes, likely. I'm going to investigate this pillar. What do I see when
I would like you to
Is
give me
that-
an. I would like you to. Yeah, this is a pillar, and
That's a
there's
pillar?
just a bush next to it, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
a pillar. And it's a map, so feel free to ask questions.
Sure.
And then around it, you can see these stains. These seem to be ancient stains of blood, and inside the blood are written, kind of like almost with a finger, written symbols. But they have dried up. They've kind of corroded over time.
That's not wholesome at all.
However,
No.
the fact that they're still there tells you that something's not natural.
Bad juju. That's what
Right.
it tells me.
You walk up to this
Hemo's
pillar.
going to take watch with his bow. And
Okay.
he'll step around the outside here, sort of scanning the clearing, make sure we're not being watched.
Absolutely. Let's start with Jaru, and then we'll go to Hemo. Jaru, give me a nature roll, please.
Oh, my best one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's actually not that bad.
What'd you get?
Huh?
1. All right. What you're going to find out here is this pillar is crafted of bones, but not just bones, humanoid bones. All of the pieces of skull and arms and legs and hip bones and stuff, all joined together. That's what this pillar is crafted out of. And in between the bones mashed together is looks like aged flesh that has been stomped and used as mortar.
Oh God.
You can see parts of it, but none of it has faded with time, as if when it was built, time itself ceased. There is an air of unnatural magic upon this pillar.
Oh gods, is that what smells so bad?
Relay all that. Yes. Likely the source of the shadows was caused.
Should we burn this? There's something deeply discomforting about having this so close to my home.
Would Lear know anything about clearing rituals of cleansing, sites like this?
Yeah, you can consecrate a land like this to do so, but to do so requires powerful clerical magic to do it. You feel, why don't you give me a religion roll?
Religion.
Should I do as well?
Button. It is a flat D20. 4.
Oh.
All right. Other than what I've told you, you are aware that there are powerful magical spells that clerics can cast that can cleanse a desecrated area, but you're not sure more than that. Hemo, let's go to you and let's have you roll a perception roll.
All right. 15?
15. Okay. That was just a straight roll, right? All right.
Yeah.
Looking around the woods, you see that nothing within this confines is moving beyond the fact that the grasses are here. You don't see birds crossing the path. You see nothing that tells you that anything living would cross into this area. Outside of that, you can see the skittering of rodents, animals that just sort of appeared as if they were locked in time for all this time and now returned. You can see signs of animal tracks and maybe even a rabbit in the distance. But inside of here, nothing. And as far as enemies, you see none.
I'm not sure we should be here either. Even the rats are avoiding it.
There has been nothing living in this Barrow Wood until 10 minutes ago.
And they're back in force. It's strange. They're still avoiding this place, though.
Zuru will open his spellbook and begin to ritually cast Comprehend Languages.
All right. You sit down and begin casting Comprehend Languages. Ginger moves over beside Eckankar, and she looks at Eckankar and says, "Is this where all this came from? The shadows that were destroyed in the ritual?"
Not sure, but it seems like it. This area feels wrong, if you know what I mean.
"I feel it," she says, and you can kind of see she almost gets a shiver. What does the rest of you want to do? Anybody else?
Oh, I suppose I'm curious about what's in those crates.
All right, Hemo is going to head over to the crates.
I'll follow Hemo.
All right, Hemo, why don't you give me an investigation roll to investigate the contents of those crates?
No,
4?
All right.
those are
I think they're
crates.
broken. Never mind.
Yeah, you see that the boxes contain random building supplies, the remains of dozens of animals, literally like pieces of hide, like the hind quarter of a deer that's just been cut and left into a box. Why is it there? You see just a bunch of strange items. You see parts of chains. The materials here were probably what were used to craft that the scene that you saw. Right. It was probably just the remnants of the building supplies they used for
construction material.
it. Yeah, that's what you find. You don't find anything else though.
Some leftover
No
drywall.
swords.
Spare parts.
Just garbage.
No swords.
Organic hardware.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything while they're there? Hemo did the investigation.
I could try a religion check on this.
Go for it.
Come on.
Oh,
21?
nice.
Using a lot of religion recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that you know what this place is, what this shrine is?
Mm-hmm.
This shrine is a sacrificial shrine to the goddess Bishaba.
Oh.
Bishaba is the god of unluck. So
It was in Shaba's shrine where you lost part of Gashar. I think. Wasn't that?
yep, it was. Well, yes, it was.
And you could put a link to that episode.
Yeah,
there,
for sure.
'cause-
Can.
Yeah, how you like they do in comic books. See episode, you know.
yeah, on the bottom, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so you know that the Bishaba
So this-
is a deeply evil creature. She's the goddess of accidents, bad luck, misfortune, and random mischief. That's what you know. And the use of the deer antlers is very much a part of sort of the materials and things that she uses for her sacrifices.
Yeah,
That's her. That's her
And
son.
I can't remember exactly. She's connected to the spell plague some way, if I remember right.
She has no direct connection to the spell plague. That she was not an active participant in the things that took place, at least as far as you know.
She wouldn't have lifted
Okay.
a finger to stop it.
Yeah.
She probably capitalized on it.
Mhm.
Actually, she did. It's here.
Yeah. Yes, this is some shrine to Sava. Don't know how to.
I will say this just to
Consecrated.
remind you. I apologize to interrupt. Bishaba, I'm just rereading and I'm making sure that you would know this. Bishaba is the twin sister to and sworn enemy of
Timora.
Timora.
We have received the favor of Timora once or twice before. I guess we can just hope that she protects us from Bashaba's unluck.
That's right. All right, Hemos.
Maybe it's best not to push it, though. What can we do here? Why were we led here?
Not sure. I don't have the powers to consecrate this area. You would need a cleric of high power.
Well, who put it here in the first place? If we can't knock it down, surely its creator could.
Might be whoever is disguising themselves as Chandrell.
Somebody who was a big fan of using venison as a construction adhesive.
Humanoid venison.
Yes.
All right, Theo,
Clearly
you
not somebody with many qualms.
I went over to look at these crates, but I think Hemo rolled pretty low. Yeah.
do you want to try looking at him again?
Yeah, let me
Go ahead.
You see Hemos just kind of poking through it with the tip of a sword.
Give me an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Go
I have a care in the world.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Oh, nice.
I pause and check my equipment and stuff, and then I'm going to dig in as well.
Now,
So-
for our just to let the people know, anytime multiple people try things, it gets harder.
Slightly harder, sure.
But you rolled a really
Did
good
roll
roll.
better
yeah.
though, I think.
What you find?
He's better at it anyway.
Amongst the random building supplies and the remains of dozens of animals and pieces of chain and things like that, you turn things over and you find a leather wrapped book.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I thought that was just more body parts.
Interesting. It is sort of made out of body parts. In fact, he'll take a look at it. And is it clasped closed or anything?
No, it just seems to be a book.
He'll look back to the party and he'll call out, "There's a book," and then
Flander
start to
says,
open
"Be
it
very careful opening it."
as he opens it.
Immediately.
There's a link to that.
Latu, Verata.
All right, as you go to open the book, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
Classic.
Good thing it wasn't a charisma saving throw.
All right. I'm not within range either. I should have walked over to Eck on that one.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
All right. Wisdom
Everybody's-
saving throw.
Oh no! Oh no!
What'd you roll?
Oh dear!
That one.
Roll a natural one.
A natural 1. Okay.
Remember how I got cursed last time, everyone?
Theo explodes.
Yeah.
Not the Necronomicon.
Necktie.
Big hand comes, grabs him, and pulls
As you
him into the
open,
book.
as you go to open the book,
Slaps
you
us.
find yourself slowly stiffening up. Your joints begin hardening.
Can I try to knock the book out of his hands? Can I help him somehow?
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a d20 for initiative, and you're gonna roll me an initiative, and we're gonna see who wins.
Okay.
Oh. Come on, Emo.
21.
All right, you
Pretty
reach
good.
over and slap the book down out of his hands. As you strike it out of his hands, Hemo, I'm gonna give you a second savings throw. That more or less you're gonna give him advantage on the savings throw.
All right. Wisdom saving throw number 2, or part of it.
Come on.
Throw.
Better.
Better. That time I got a natural 3. I don't
Damn
think
it.
that I had-
What did you read?
Apparently you don't.
I do have some more Flash of Genius. That would add a total of 4. So that would put me up to 7. But I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Probably not gonna be enough.
Typically,
Probably not.
we're going to need at least 10s. So,
All right, so what's okay.
So I'm stiffening up, is what I'm hearing.
I feel like all my good stuff I get to head towards your characters.
Did you curse your rolls to him from last
Normally,
night?
I might not like Nate knows not to go opening random
Not
books I find made out of human
Alright.
flesh or whatever.
So-
That's my job.
This
So now-
is part of his personality trait. He
So
wants to
now,
investigate things.
what happened was because you failed your wisdom savings throw, the book is casting a spell on you. You're basically having a spell on you. So now what you need to do is you need to give me a Constitution savings throw.
All right.
Or explode.
I'm just I guess I'm curious if I have any other abilities because for example,
I think you used a bunch of them already, huh?
well, yeah, but like for example, he's fey creature, right? So like sleep effects wouldn't have an impact. But
Right.
you know this. So
I do know
wouldn't-
that, yeah.
I wouldn't need to tell you about that. But there's other.
This is a spell that's very much like Flesh to Stone.
Oh god.
Hey, we'll just hang around here for a couple rounds and see what happens.
Yeah. Thanks for that callback. That's a good one. Okay. Do you see the Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
All right. I'm a little bit more tough on the Constitution side. This one I will add my. I think it's Flash of Genius that adds my.
Do you have any more left? You used a bunch of them.
I had
last
one,
time.
yeah.
Okay. Use your Flash of Genius. So here's what the deal is. It's like a death savings throw.
Yeah.
You have to make 3 of them or fail 3 of them. And if you make 3 of them, you succeed. And if you fail 3 of them, you fail. So
One.
Oh boy.
you rolled a Constitution. You made a 14.
I had a 14, and I guess I will. I'm gonna add it to it. So that'll be my last one. He's realizing that this is happening, and he's
You see him. You see this
tinkering
kind
with his
of
machine a little bit.
amber. Like this not amber, I apologize. You see this sort of like his flesh start turning into this hard material, just warping all around him.
Hemo's gonna
Oh,
holler
God.
to
Right.
Eck.
So the first
Yeah,
round,
get Eck near him.
Eck, something got Theo.
Theo.
Get over here.
Yeah, so I
Is
just plus
there-
this was an 18 for my first roll.
you pass the first round. Anybody else going to do anything this round while he's you see him just kind of like he's
Mike-
sort of backing up.
Can I run over there?
No, you're still casting your spell. Yeah,
groaning out
you
loud.
could stop casting your spell if you want, but it's up to you.
I don't know how long.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I can, I'll run over there.
It's a 10-minute casting time. So yeah,
I'll stop. Let's see, how far is he?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 feet away, but you're sitting, right?
Yep, I'm just seeing the range on this. 120 feet. So, Drew slammed his book shut, cast Dispel Magic.
Cast Dispel Magic on it. All right, I think it is a 6th level spell.
That's fine. So, I have a
you
DC 13
you need to
Arcana
make
check.
DC. Yeah, please do that.
Oh my god, I'm on the wrong.
We've already had such a difficult morning for our saving throws.
Oh my god.
Come on, make it. What'd you get?
11.
You fail. Okay.
Oh no!
I'm
Anybody
gonna
else do
run
anything
over.
round real quick?
I'm gonna run over there.
You're going to give him Bardic Inspiration?
Yep.
That's fine. You have any left? I thought you were pretty much tapped out at the end of the last
Not
time.
entirely.
Okay, good. All right, and you guys didn't do a short rest before you left or anything. All right, so you give him Bardic Inspiration. All right, round 2. Please make your savings. Please make your savings throw. You made the first one. You're up 1.
I am trying to check my spell list, but I guess there's an important question. Can I do anything?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, I'm asking the DM if
you
I'm
get
physically
you
able
get
to
an,
restrain
you get an
yet?
action this
Okay.
round, right?
So I'm
You
not
get-
frozen solid or anything.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can-
stiff or anything.
Effectively, my check at the beginning of the round, you make the check, and then you guys can take turns since the
Gotcha.
order of what's going on. So
Gotcha.
what are you gonna do?
I was trying to think if there's any other, like, I don't have any 3rd level spell slots left, but I do have Dispel Magic, so that would have been a nice one to try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one time, of course, you dispel and it doesn't work. Of course, yeah,
yeah.
that was classic. Though, good job.
I don't think that any of my like cure or false life spells would help with this sort of a scenario either.
Well, it's a Constitution save on a spell that you're being targeted with.
Yep. So if I can give
Any
myself
buffs?
any bonuses to Constitution saves, I have
You get-
Warcaster, but that doesn't help with this.
Yeah.
That's for concentration.
Now you get X plus 5.
Yeah.
So I guess Eckankar already moved over. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran over.
So go ahead and you get a +5.
And I think protection from energy is +3 or level 3. Okay, I don't see
You gonna roll again?
spells I can
So
use right now.
round 2. You made
other
one.
than just dropping the book.
The book is on the ground.
Yeah, we have books already on
Here it
there.
is.
Unfortunately,
already
you
had
failed
its-
your wisdom save, so it targeted you and it's
already
basically
having-
cast the spell.
Okay,
That's what we determined.
round 2 sounds good. So Constitution, and then you said I have
+5.
plus
Yeah,
5 total.
+5 for me.
Okay, so 18 plus 5 is 23. That should
All right,
make
you
it
made
this and
you made it round 2. If you make one more save, you have saved from this spell. But you do feel like it's all kind of fighting against you. You see it appearing and retracting. It's just like fighting. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
you're
he's
just kind of
physically-
switching against it. Ginger runs over and she's got her eyes are just like wide open as she sees Theo slowly being consumed.
He's like messing with his armor this whole time, trying to figure out something to
Like
tinker on.
turning knobs
So
and
he's
stuff.
like, shields are coming on and off at the same time, and he's just like stone is creeping across him and his parts of his shield.
Right.
Back up, Zendra. This happens every other time we open a box. Give us a
Backs
second.
up. All right. She stands behind
Everything is
Flander.
perfectly normal.
All right, Theo, the 3rd time.
I don't even think I have any other reactions I can do. I already did the Flash of Genius. I'm sorry, I'm just double checking everything. I
That's
have
okay.
here.
It's
Okay.
important.
Can Hemo make sure the book is shut? Can he find a suitable box and slap it over the book?
Well,
and-
it's sitting open right now on the ground.
Oh,
Third
very
check was a
nice.
critical success.
All right.
Yeah,
As you
31.
battle through the effect of the spell, if you finally are your sense of self, your power that you had, maybe they're re-energized by getting all your charisma back.
And the friends around me.
But Eckankar putting you in the friend zone.
I don't think he's gotten his charisma back yet.
What's that?
Oh.
No, what I meant is just the fact that
he's not cursed.
He's not
Car's
cursed,
friend
right?
zone.
Yeah.
You're able to fight back this effect that this book has cast upon you. The book now rests open, lifeless, daring you to read its pages.
Shakes it off. He looks around at Hemo and Ek and says, "Thanks."
What was that? What happened?
Don't anybody open any more books.
Do I think that the book has sort of expended its defensive charge?
Give me an
at this point?
Arcana check.
Go ahead and try it again.
Hemo
Yeah, just
gets
open
his
the book
cloak
again.
ready.
Oh, I beat it
Hemo
now.
gets his
Good time
cloak
to,
ready.
good time to check now. Do I get to add your 5 to that too? I don't think.
No, it's
No,
saving
that's a
throws.
skill.
Yeah. So just 13.
If you're not sure.
Yeah.
Hemo
see the
throws his
you have Bardic
cloak over the
Inspiration
book.
too. You can roll another D8.
Oh, I can add D8 to that.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Oh,
want to
I'd
use
D8
it,
to
you
that.
can.
Yeah, let's do it. Plus 5, so 18
After consulting
with the
your,
bard.
your knowledge, you look back at Flander, and Flander
kicks the book a
You
little
see
bit.
Flander go, and you look back and you're like, I think it's safe now. You think that it had one trap on
I
it.
tow it a little bit. Doesn't get me again.
Yeah. You think it was a trap, and the trap is expended.
I slowly take more and more like aggressive steps with it. I actually poke it with a finger next, turn the page, dodge. All right, so yeah, he'll pick it back up at this point and show it to everyone.
All right.
Look at
Riveting read.
Yeah.
His charisma's still 1, by the way. So if he's a little blunt, that's why. Look.
All right. The book appears to be the ramblings of a madman. It talks of voices and constant threats, of the world around him shunning him, calling him plague changed. Most of the tomb is either worn away or written so poorly that any logic is masked by nonsense. Give me an investigation roll to see if you can find anything within the book.
Yeah.
You're basically looking through it and trying to figure out.
Yeah, piecing some components together. Only rolled a 27.
Yeah, barely made it. Barely made it. That my killer DM book quota. I feel like
He's taking footnotes.
I tried to
his
kill.
own mind.
I tried to kill a player just with one spell, but it didn't work. I blame it on Eckankar and his area effect to dampen that somehow. All right,
Dang paladins keeping everybody alive.
Yeah,
Oh, how dare they?
making your proper character so overpowered. Okay, here we go. What you see is you find a passage that it reads, I have tried to find the answers, tried to find cures, tried to find peace, but there's nothing. I went to the Ilmater shrine to seek out answers from the stone there, but all I found was silence. And so I will take my fate in my own hands. Mistra be damned for her failing us. Sirik be damned for causing all of this. Shar be damned for her dark whispers. I have only one choice, to dissolve my misfortune by giving myself to Bishaba. Funny how that just I don't know where that came from. Through my vast research through Candlekeep and Silvery Moon, I have discovered the answer to the puzzle. Bishaba will only cleanse me if I trade my misfortune for the misfortune of others. Is this evil? No more evil than the random whims of the gods to allow our world to fall into such upheaval. I will find solitude, and I care not what road leads me there.
So he crafted our misfortune. Rude. I'll shut it. I'll hand it over to Eckankar.
All right, you hand it over to Eckankar.
Also here, and he'll cast Cure Wounds on you.
All right, you're going to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, 1d8 plus 4.
Anybody else going to do anything with this? This is a really weird site. You might not be able to do much with it. But
Have any of us ever heard of a plague changed person?
give me a history roll.
Also, yes.
All right.
10.
Plague change are those that have been tainted in some way by the spell plague. Sometimes people live just too close to the radiant energies of the spell plague, and they were twisted and broken. Some people had violent encounters with spell plague or and became spell changed, muted and transformed in some crazy ways. Some of them gained great epic power from this, and some of them gained great epic weaknesses, and still others had both. This happened during the time. What you will know from that pretty decent history roll of 10 is that because you were there in Helm's Hold, the temple there at one time was a place where the plague change would go to find solace and comfort and hopefully a cure. That was years ago when you were in Helm's Hold. You remember seeing the temple?
Yeah.
Looking at this journal, do I recognize the handwriting?
Looking at the journal, you don't find any recognition of handwriting at all, but you think that it is definitely a call of anguish, of sorrow, of pain, of a person who had lost. It came to its end of its bearing and took this great sacrifice to try to release itself, and it ended in the misfortune of all.
Okay.
Perhaps the flowers wanted to reveal the truth of what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else going to do anything while you're here?
How do we desecrate this ground here?
Well, you don't want to desecrate it, you want to consecrate it, right?
I want to desecrate the desecration.
Two evils make a good, right?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
He must
Double
going
up
to
on the evil.
He must gonna step close, and hold
behind
up
Are you gonna sacrifice Zindra?
No, he's gonna hold up the wand of
Lay down.
secrets.
What are these little guys in here, Alan?
These are those are the places that were chained up. These each contain where the places where they chained. Below them, a pool of blood too big to be of one person. So
Well, I guess I'll step around. I'm trying not to touch anything here, but I want to get to the middle so that I can cast my wand of secrets.
all right, cast your wand of secrets.
It's going to point in the direction of the nearest secret, if there are any, within 30 feet. So trapdoors.
What you'll notice is that with on the table itself are markings. These markings at first seem to be gibberish, but you think it's some kind of language. You're not sure what it says though. What languages do you speak?
Elvish, Gnomish, and Common.
They are not any of those languages.
Well, I'm recasting the damn spell. Don't read.
All right, you're going to cast comprehend languages?
Yeah.
All right, you wait a moment. Is anybody else going to do anything while he takes his time to cast his ritual?
Once the ritual's done, I'll just point the secret out to Jeru.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and you cast your spell, and you get the powers to comprehend languages of all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now you can read Playboy in any language.
Yeah. All those articles.
Yeah, all those articles.
There were words.
It's like they're just shading on the side of the picture.
Okay.
So okay, I'll start. You said the lines themselves are script of some sort.
There
symbol?
is, yeah.
So I'm going to start there.
All right. As you read it, you give me a knowledge arcana. I think that's probably good enough. You have a pretty good knowledge of arcana.
26.
You think that what's written here is a script of desecration. You think that whoever did this probably ritually casted the desecration spell, and that's what was used. However, when it happened, something went grossly wrong, and probably influenced by the divine entities of Bashava. So that's what you see. That's basically the language is all defining the spell area.
All right, and then go up to the, what is that thing in there? Is like
This
an
is a
altar?
table. This is a table. Yeah, an altar that was crafted out of deer antlers.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I'll look at the.
Okay, put your character up there so when all the crap
When it
happens.
explodes.
Okay,
It
you go
looks
to
like
the
somebody
table.
tried to hide this text here. See? Hemo steps back, lets Jeru take a look.
All right, as you look at the table and you read it, you see that the inscription tells you in detail how exactly, basically it's a recipe for how they built this. And you think that the power of this site is built within this table itself. This altar that built out of the antlers of the deer, and what happened was they gathered the blood of all these fallen and washed them over the table, desecrating the land, and the blood was absorbed within these antlers. You think if you can destroy this table, you might be able to destroy the desecrated area.
Sir Eckankar, do you have any juice left in the tank?
Yes. What do you have need of me?
Will we rest first? You look like you need to rest first.
I believe if we destroy this table, and as you can channel the most radiant of energies, you would be well suited to this. And you have a hammer.
That's true. I can give it a shot.
Do you still have most of your strength left, Eckankar? I'm not sure I could smash that table even if I had the best hammer in the world.
I won't lie. I do feel sapped, but I can give it a try.
Oh, it's
We're
going to
trying
take
for radiance. I could aid with
Sure.
moonbeam if need be.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I'll smack it, and if it don't work, we got Moonbeam.
All right, you wind up to give it a crack of the hammer. Basically, you need to get it. You have to hit an armor class. It's like hitting a door or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and do that. So go ahead and give it an attack roll.
22.
You hit it.
And I will smite.
All
Just
right,
in
you
case.
smite into it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, 29 points of damage.
29 points of damage. What I want you to do now is that it gets to make gets to make a reactive strike on you for striking into it. When it does that, a wave of energy emanates from the table.
It does
Necrotic wave of energy that reaches out 10 feet from the table, which is just this square here. So I think it's just Hemo, Jaru, and Eckankar. I need all three of you to give me a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 15.
I'm good. Got a
Got that
18.
+5.
Yep.
I got a +5. Oh dear. Oh, that's an 11.
Oh no!
Who failed?
Emo.
Hemo failed. And
failed.
the rest of you are going to take half damage.
Okay.
All right. When it goes off, it's going to do 8d6. points of
Oh my God.
damage.
Oh, good morning.
2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. You're going to take 28 points of necrotic damage, or half if you made your save.
14, I'll take
28.
Oh man, I'm alive on 2.
I guess it depends on if we get current hit points when we increase in, or did the level effects not take place? Because I
think you'll get, and you can put your new level hit points on yourself. That seems fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So then I would have been at
Much better.
34, which
Alright.
would now be at 6 HP.
All right.
Okay.
You are at 6 HP. You see the table almost hewn. It's broken apart. A big divot taken out of that monstrous strike, causing it to almost be destroyed. What do you want to do?
Humo's gonna back up.
Yeah,
And then
everybody
gonna back up. And then
back up.
maybe back up.
I'll go over and I'll cast Cure Wounds on Hemo again.
Yeah,
Gods, I thought we destroyed all that energy. How is it still so strong?
How far did it go?
I'm
10 feet?
Yeah,
10
they-
feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink my teacup healing.
All right.
Oh, that's 44.
All right.
Okay, not bad.
My
Okay,
scimitar.
so
And I'm going to give it a booming blade.
well, I can hit it again if you want. If you don't want to stand here.
I can take the damage. I'm resistant to this damage.
No, that's fair.
And I was at full health, so I only took 7 hit points of damage. So I'm okay right now.
All right, I'll
Well,
step
right now.
back.
See what happens if I hit it.
All right. Make your
You can
attack.
also use ranged weapon attacks on it.
Natural
Oh!
20.
Nice.
That'll
Now,
do it.
it takes half damage from your strikes, and it'll take none of your booming blade damage. So
Oh.
give it half.
Oh.
Give you half your damage from it. Basically, it's resistant to slashing damage of all types.
I feel like the best.
How much
suited.
damage did you do to it?
So it'd be 18 slashing and 4 psychic.
All right, so it's going to take. It's immune psychic too.
Oh.
So it's going to take 9 points of damage.
Yep.
So that brings us to that's the 38. All right, when you strike into it, boom! It's now doing 7d8 or 7d6 points of necrotic damage.
You said wisdom save?
Yeah, give me a wisdom save for half.
Still got that +5.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
You, unfortunately, yeah, I mean you're probably gonna be fine. So,
yeah, that resistance.
of course I rolled a 5. Okay, so you're gonna take 32. Half of that would be 16 points of necrotic damage. It's down in my feet somewhere. I can find it. All right. So that's what happened.
You see Zuru wins.
Yeah, you kind of feel it. You see the table just cracking and kind of looks like it's almost ready to break. It doesn't look like it has a whole lot left into it.
I got one more smite. Or one more second level smite.
Yes, but can you take the damage?
Yes, I can. I believe I can will my way through it.
Can I throw a firebolt at it from back here?
You certainly can give it a shot.
Well, if you're going to do that, Drew's going to
Take
step
fire
back.
damage.
Right?
Back up. We can just burn it from here.
Go for it.
Uh,
You're gonna fire your firebolt at it.
yeah.
All right, you launch your firebolt. Give me a hit roll.
That's only 16.
That will hit it. Unfortunately, this thing appears to be immune to your fire damage.
Never mind the fire then.
And it looked like it was immune to thunder as well.
Yes, it definitely was immune to thunder.
Lear will
Thing might be
drop
immune to
out
most
of
elemental
lion
damage.
shape.
Hmm.
Lear will drop out of lion shape, step over here, and drop a moonbeam down on the center with his staff.
There you go.
I was about to hurl something at it too, but I'll let you go next.
You cast your moonbeam on top of this thing. It does radiant damage, right?
Yes, 2d10.
Yep. It is immune to radiant damage.
All right.
What?
It's immune?
Theo's gonna
Aww.
take one of those. Cast catapult, and he's gonna do it at a level 2 spell because that's
All right.
all I got the slots for. One of his new spells.
Nice. I love catapult.
Basically, takes one of the heavier chunks of stuff that's over in those crates and things.
Like the journal.
No, like a heavier,
Not the drum.
like solid crate maybe
Okay.
that was in there,
Yep.
and
gonna
hurls it
hurl
at this thing. Yeah. So basically,
What type of damage does it do?
It does bludgeoning damage.
All right. Do your damage.
I'll pop that up here. So I'm doing it as a level 2 slot. So the damage would be increased by 1d8. So the total damage I think is 48 bludgeoning damage.
Awesome. Do your 48 bludgeoning damage.
All right, let's see. 4d8 bludgeoning damage. 13 points.
And with that is destroyed. You see, when it rips apart, a wave of necrotic energy launches out, 10-foot radius wave. The table itself just kind of crumbles and turns into dust. Just
He just nods. Fitting.
Truly, this was our greatest enemy.
there's a sense.
Table.
There's a sense of relief as the table itself is destroyed, as if millions of voices were screaming and not teasing.
And
Right out at once.
Drew looks over at Theo. Okay, you just destroyed an altar to a goddess of misfortune. Congratulations on being cursed. Again.
He looks around for a second. Well, I almost turned to stone, but I did not.
I'd say today you've been pretty lucky, Theo.
Whatever that antler stuff is. Yeah.
Sure. What do we do about this flesh? He points at the ugly pillars here.
They seem to they seem to have no apparent power anymore. You think that destroying this altar itself has destroyed the power of the grove. Yeah, give it a kick.
Does it knock over?
No, it doesn't knock over. It's just stone. You can knock it over though. You can destroy it if you want.
Break your toe.
Jaru, give me probably a perception roll. Maybe
I wonder, without the
insight
magic
roll,
here.
do an insight roll before you roll. Give me an insight roll. What'd you get?
12.
12. I will think. I think I'll give it to you because it's a cool story element. It's the rule of cool, even though it's pretty. It's right on the border. Missed it by one, but
Perception?
Yeah, the insight roll.
No. Now perception?
No, just do your insight roll. That book, that tome that they have, that might make a gift, a good gift for somebody. It is someone's sorrow, someone's suffering wrapped in a tome.
Interesting.
Cool. Who has it? Theo?
Eck has it.
Actually, Eck has it?
Yeah, you handed it to me.
Yeah.
And then you healed me.
He'll walk over to you. I might have use for that book if you don't mind.
Sure. And he'll give it to you.
All right. As you take the book in your hand, you flip over the leather bound and you look through the chaos, the anguish, the despair in the pages. You see Jaru.
It's not elf skin on the cover, is it?
I feel like it's 50-50 on this one.
Elk.
It is
elf.
actually it's actually deer skin.
Oh, thank
It
God.
says deerskin written on it, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
You
Yeah,
see-
I believe that
but-
for a second.
As you
Genuine.
see Jaru kind of flip through the pages, he gets a calm but slight smile on his face, unable to resist.
How do we know he's smiling?
He smiles. He smiles.
It's not common. It's not often.
Yeah, I think we're all probably off guard. We see you smile, we're like, ugh.
If anybody wants to give me any insight roll, they can definitely do that, but it'll be difficult.
I'm
right
doing
next to him.
that. Yeah, I'm standing right next to him. So
By the way, Hemo, earlier I healed you for 6 hit points. I don't know if you only added 2 from the roll, but it would have been a massive 6 instead of 2.
Hemo, that's your roll, 17, right?
Yeah.
You see that Jaru has a smirk on his face, but you can't tell much more than that. But you think whatever this book is, he feels a sense of like a task complete. There's like a sense of
Journal entry.
Happiness about him. But what it means or why he's happy about it, you're not sure.
His little question mark went up on
What's
his
so
head.
funny about the ravings of a spell-touched madman, Jaru?
It's a Shadarkai thing.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
very sure. Yes.
Revel in the pain of others.
Yes, we came up with the term Schadenfreude.
Just don't get any
Shadowfell.
ideas about summoning circles and bloody altars.
I doubt anything like that. It says it is more of a resonance. The Shadowfell is a negative place, and after generations of living there, it has infused the Shadarkai. Unfortunately, it is what let me resist the energy coming from the altar there, but it also is a taint.
Well,
Always a trade-off.
Do you ever notice when I drink things?
not particularly.
Should we?
I keep it as far away from me as possible. Food stales and wilts quickly in my presence. Food usually tastes like ash to me.
Oh, that explains that explains a little bit about what happened in my gym. I don't keep too much food, but some of the students complained.
Unfortunately, yes. It is not. It's not like I taint an entire forest. It is very close, just in person to me. About this far, and that's about as far as that straw goes.
Theo holds a flower up next to you.
It takes a minute, but you can see it kind of wilt.
It just goes. It's just gonna get sad.
He just frowns.
Yeah.
Just curls a little bit. Yeah.
I knew of the Shadow Kai, but it is strange. You do come from so far away from where our ancestors were from.
And he looks at the shadow of a tree. Yeah, not so far as that.
Maybe I'm not meant to follow as a simple fighter.
The plains
And,
is a wondrous place.
All right. You see that Zindra walks over and she's been a little bit quiet since the events that had happened. She's sort of a little subdued and just watching what's going on.
Watch your step.
And we have appreciated it so much.
But she walks up behind Eckankar and she leans in and whispers in Eckankar's ear, "So what's with the fucking book?"
He leans down. He's like, "I don't know, but it seems pretty messed up."
She gives you a nod, and then she looks over at Jaru and kind of gives that kind of raised brow, like he's your friend.
Friend
All right, is there anything else you want to do here?
The rest of the flowers looking pretty happy still, besides the wilty ones.
Yeah, except the one head that's the grass the grass he's standing on just sort of like gets that kind of old feeling as if it hasn't been watered in a day or two.
Well, it's mostly with things that are like dead.
Yeah.
So the living grass is fine because there's energy pumping through.
Got it.
It's when I have like organic matter, it just
like
starts to decay.
Deteriorate, right. Good to know. All right, what do you guys?
Why do you always pick me?
Yeah, the picked flower that I just picked up, right? No longer really going to be
Got
alive
it.
any longer.
That makes
I
sense.
picked it, yeah.
Okay, so given that you guys are here, what are you going to do? What's the plan?
I believe we should head back to town, no?
It's been a long day and the sun isn't even fully above the tree line.
Yeah,
I'd like to
10
go
in the
home.
morning.
Is there anything you would
I
like
want to go.
do here?
We are far from, well, we're not that far, but we are very close to
The cabin in the woods?
the cabins in the woods. Yes.
It'd be a good place to rest.
Have we checked the basement of the cabin?
Yeah, for a refresher, how far is the trip from the Barrow Woods, the edge of the Barrow Woods, back to
Where you currently
Trumbull?
are now, not much more than an hour. You're not very far from town.
Well, if I still have plenty of power, I can make the trip. I don't know about the rest of them.
I would prefer to leave these woods sooner than later.
They're beautiful now.
Yeah. Yes, I'm not feeling the malice that we were feeling before.
As he lifts his hand up from the sands, they're beautiful. The swirling undead.
Oh,
Close your eyes, Marion. Close your eyes.
Oh, not again.
X-Face just start melting.
This spells it a spirit trap.
Nice. All right. What do you guys want to do? You're sitting here in these woods. What's your choice? What's your option?
I think we head home, head back to Tribor.
Yeah, I can't imagine much has changed in the cabin, and I don't think we need a long rest just to take an hour's trip back home.
Yeah.
As you begin, is that the plan? You're going to move back, right? As you begin to gather whatever supplies you had, whatever books or you had open, and kind of put everything secured for the walk back, you begin exiting this grove, this opening, and Zindra stops. And she says, "Do you think maybe this is? I mean, in the cabin. Do you think the cabin would be a good place?"
Yes.
That's what she says. She stops there. She kind of stops as you guys were leaving. She kind of suddenly has a revelation.
You should
A good
be purified
place
as well.
for what? It's where we found the body of Duvessa.
I kind of feel like maybe she'd be happy there.
Do you mean to bury her corpse?
Yeah, I mean, we're carrying it around in that weird bag you have, and I feel like
Bag of death.
He looks at it, he's like, it's perfectly normal.
I feel like we should just leave her there where
Yes.
she needs to be, back in the place that she tried so hard to restore.
Zindra is right. We
Let's
should
just go
bury
dump
this.
her in this.
No.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
Plop. We still have plenty of time. Sure, there's a shovel. We can do a
Yeah.
proper burial.
Let's take a short rest briefly and let everyone knit their wounds, and then let's do the
Yeah.
cabin. I like this idea.
Mhm.
She says, she looks at you and she says, thanks, ugly. She kind of
Right back at you.
she kind of gives you that smile. All right, let's take a quick break for everybody and get yourself a short rest, and then we'll take it up from there. Back in a second. All right, we're all short rested up and ready to head out. You see, Zindra wishes to return to the cabin and bury her friend. So I will bring that map up now. I'll bring the map up now. It's not a great map because I don't have it. I don't have a new version of it with the sun and everything. But just assume, let's pretend it's a sunny sky. When you return back to the map.
But there is still a headless body in the kitchen.
There's still a headless body in the kitchen if you look at it.
Or
yeah.
no, we took the body, right?
You took it with you. Yeah, you have it with you right now. So
just pretend that's a chalk outline of a headless body.
Yeah, a little bit of a. It was there for a while before we grabbed it, so there's probably some sort of an outline.
A bloody outline.
Yeah. All right.
Slightly shadowy.
Yeah, we'll just say it's in a little bit of a glade, a little bit of shaded area. But you return back to the scene of the cabin, and Zindra walks over to here and beside the statue, and she says, "Here, next, this would be a good place." She says to you, and I'm going to zoom the map a little bit in.
Does anybody know mold earth?
Like you just break out a shovel.
Okay.
Theo chuckles.
Yes, very well. I'll take a shovel. I'll get ready to dig. I'm pretty tough. Well, not super tough.
Not right now.
At the moment. No, yeah,
right.
no.
The group of you take turns and dig a hole. It's going to take you.
If we wait until tomorrow, I could have a tiny servant to do this work, but we could probably get it done before then.
It takes you a little over an hour to dig out a hole.
That's not
And
bad.
I think that's okay. Yeah.
Zindra kneels beside it, and she says, "Oh, okay. Let's put her in here."
Flander will sing a lament for her as she is lowered in.
Well, right now she's in my bag, and I'm not going to bury my bags.
Okay, so I'm getting a little ahead of myself here.
Let's
All right, let's do this as gracefully as possible. Don't just drop her in.
Start the lament over. We have to
Help.
draw her from the bag.
He'll climb down into it, and he'll sort of like get his bag start to open up, and like, does anybody else want to help me gently pull her out here?
Zindra will
Heck
jump
will
on
help
it.
you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll sort of have her sort of guide the body out, and he'll just kind of like pull the bag opening out around her body and out, let the feet
Yeah.
carefully at the end.
It's like toothpaste.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. As you
boy.
lay the body to rest, Zindra climbs out with the rest of you, and you look
Gods,
over.
that's strange. We just saw her at dawn, or her spirit.
Zindra nods, and she says, "Yeah, she's with Kalimvor now." And she looks at the statue that's beside it right here, and right here she looks at the statue of Kalimvor, and she says, "And that's where she wanted to be, so that's where I'm putting her." So she grabs a shovel and begins burying the remains.
And that is where Flander will sing a lament.
I have some mason's tools on me. I'll look around for a flattish stone that we could use as a headstone, and I'll ask Zindra what she would want to have on it. What do you want on this?
She smiles and she says, "Put on there, here lies Juvessa, one of the good ones."
That's pretty good, actually.
To the point.
After you bury her,
Is that 2 S's or 1 S?
2 S's.
Oh shit, does anybody know mend?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh no."
Anybody have spell check?
All right, you put her in bury her, restore her, all the mound next to the body, next to the statue of Kalimvor. And
Lear will encourage plants and flowers to grow over the grave.
oh, that's awesome. You as you encourage the flowers to grow, it grows all around you. Marigolds grow around it.
That's good.
And Zindra smiles back at you as you do that, and she kneels down in front of the raised earth. The loosely raised earth has not quite settled down exactly yet, in front of the stone that you've put together for her and carved out. She just sits silently for a moment, as if she doesn't want to speak out, as if she's having a conversation on her own. Anybody else going to do anything?
Do I get to do a performance check for my lament?
Give me a performance check for your lament.
23.
I'll give it it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Yeah. So Flander, you sing your lament, and Zindra sits down beside kneeling, talking quietly to herself, just kind of having her head down, and she looks up. What is that?
That's my lament.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She sits down quietly. She puts her hand to her chest, and she talks up, and then she says, she stands up and she says, "Come here, everybody, give me your hands." She kind of wants to, for you elves who are here, who are not from the Shadowfell, you know that during the burial rituals of the wood elves, they create a ring of wood elves hand in hand to circle the body and to guide the spirit. It's more or less a gesture of more or less just a symbolic gesture now, since you're pretty sure that the spirit has already been lifted. But Zindra wants everyone to gather around as she takes your hands.
Hemo does this like he's done it many times before. He grew up in a wood elf village.
Right.
Same.
Yeah, I'm in.
Eck will take her hand.
Yep.
All right. The group of you gather around as she holds your hands, and she looks down quietly and says goodbye. We'll miss you. And she, without having many words, she's not a poet. She's not a speaker of greatness. She's a speaker of very few words, and most of them are expletives. So that's about what she can do. Does anybody else want to say anything to a person you don't really know, but
Never met.
Quit running for office.
I think Eck will say, I did not know you in life, but it seems you are a friend of my friend, and you're looking to do good here. You will be missed.
That's not me.
What is that?
It's somebody's phone.
Not my phone.
It's not my phone. That's so. Anyway, all right. Zindra looks at you and says, "Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot." With that, she releases her hands. She kisses her fingers and touches the earth. She says, "I'll be back in time." And with that, she welcomes you all to return back to town. Anybody want to do anything else while you're here before you leave?
This place isn't like... It's not like part of the town. There's no like address or anything, right? It's
there is
really
obviously Erlam had this on his map, but this was probably there's probably old cabins that are out here. This may not be the only old cabin, you don't know.
Flander is just standing and looking at the statue of Kalimvor. And he says, Devessa was a priestess of Kalimvor, right?
And an ally to Finis, if the letters are to be believed.
Yes. Do you think that the phony Devessa is as well? Might she have the same powers and abilities?
She has power, yes, but I don't know what they are yet.
You told us you thought she was a very experienced fighter, I remember correctly.
But is she a healer?
Was that the was that the case when I guess I
You wanted to know. You wanted to know
but-
if she had more levels than you did.
Yeah, I think I was looking for character levels or class levels and then HP, and I think she had both of them were higher than mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's powerful. I don't know if she's a sword fighter. I haven't seen her carry a weapon.
Well, the thought just occurred to
Specifically.
me that if she's not a priestess of Kalimvor, she would not be able to do healing. If
Oh,
one of us were to,
I can heal.
Yeah,
I'm not a
if-
priestess of Kalimvor.
yes,
Last I checked.
but if she is not a healer at all, what if we brought someone who maybe acted injured and we asked her to heal? If
We
she
have
couldn't do it,
injured
that
people.
may be a way to discredit her.
We do have injured people with our party currently.
Mhm. If we were to ask her to heal them, and if she's unable to do it, that would discredit her.
I'll be fine in a day or so. I'd rather not have the fake Duvessa's hands
we just
on me.
need someone to act injured and say this person needs healing. And if she
Who's good at
refuses to
acting?
do it, I'm
In our
not
group.
bad. It's kind of my thing.
Maybe you are the wounded one.
Actually, we should bait her out. We need
I
her
could send a
to move
message
against
in the
us.
sky.
So
Call her out.
looks over at Eckankar. You should run for Lord Protectorate or whatever the silly title is.
He has a
I
point.
don't-
In my small time in your town, all of your neighbors look up to you. You are greatly respected.
You have fought 2 dragons, wrestled 2 dragons, if the stories are to be believed. And now you have cleared the Barrow Wood. And you're so handsome.
Oh,
look
you.
great on the poster.
Got that +5 now. Got that +5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's way more chiseled and handsome now.
You would do well where your commander does not. That is not her forte. You need to run against her as well. You can always abdicate if you win. But the main thing is that we draw this fake Duvessa to make a move against us. We, looks at the group, are very powerful. We could raise this town.
I would never. I've built my school.
I
here.
didn't say you would. I said you could, without a problem. How
Those are
far
serious
do we get
accusations.
before we even experienced any kind of resistance? Maybe
Give
when we got
me
into town,
3 years, and I would hope that my students could defend the town in my stead.
we would slaughter your students in less than a minute.
Unfortunately, at the time, yes, that is the case.
My point being is, we have power. This Duvessa has not shown any power, and we come now with an incredible event. Unimaginable event. We
No
cleared
one
the
has
Barrow Wood. This
left the
taint of
Barrow Woods
evil
alive.
that has existed miles from your town for however long, generations apparently. Do you know how much ammunition you have politically against Duvessa now? You are a potent force. She will have to move against you. However, you need to move your mate. If you do.
Just to
Talking
throw
about Gauntlets, and there are a good many people in town that do find me in their favor, but he looks at Zindra. There is also a large contingent that don't believe I'm the man that I say I am.
Prove them different. That's why you speak. That's why you go talk.
I would like
And
to
you
point-
have have this one, this
Yeah.
master of lies, kind of reach, gestures over at
Sarah
at Flander.
Jr. over
I
here.
may
Yeah.
be known to embellish the truth a little, but
You gain your power from lies.
just exaggeration.
Theo's over here nodding like profusely at what you're saying right now.
Theo's like, I love this. This is great.
That's accurate.
I seek power in truth, in facts, in knowledge. You twist things. There's nothing wrong. It is your path to power. It is yours.
I'm your evil twin.
Just always keep an eye on them, right?
Twinsies.
That would be one way, but we would, of course, be targeted.
That's the point.
Yes, yeah, obviously, but that would set things in motion that we wouldn't really be able to stop.
We should probably get Drothra's blessing, yeah?
Who's?
Well,
She must not know. She must be as outraged as Juvesa at this third interloper into there.
How many
Multiple
days is it
deniability.
until the vote is supposed to
Just a
be?
few
10
days
day,
away.
right?
Just a few days away.
I'll
God,
look at
we don't have
Zindra.
time to. We don't have time to find Finnis, do we? In Silvery Moon.
It will take
We cannot
10
travel that
days
far.
to get there. But that is not a quick trip. This is an immediate concern. Or we leave and leave the town to its devices. Either way, I care not.
I still don't know Fake Duvesa's stance on honoring liens from
Your leans
wherever
from,
that liens from wherever that funny little man was from.
What's Eckankar's take on that? Huh?
No, what's my economic? I won't lie. I don't know if I have an economic platform just yet.
Would you allow my sword school to continue in my beautiful gym?
Listen, Nemo, if I do get political office, I can't be seen making deals for friends. You understand?
Does that mean you're going to run?
I understand you're a man of integrity, Eckankar, but I am hurt after. Well, when this all shakes out, perhaps I'll
Just
still have a
ploy
school.
to get her to move again.
Listen, we'll figure it out. There'll be some sort of loan program. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Hey, Drew's got a good point here that we'll come back into town with a lot of clout, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
How you use it is important. Perhaps another option would be to take that opportunity to throw your weight verbally and loudly behind the current Lord Protector. You worked with her for a long time. This was done at her direction. We cleared the Barrow Woods under her direction. That could also be a good vote of confidence for her.
It targets her, not us. We need her
Is
to
she
target
not
us.
already?
Right, but if we
I
publicly
figured
stand around talking about how she was so great and she had us do all this stuff for the town and so forth, that is we're now public figures as well. It doesn't put him in being the vote.
Yes, I don't know if me running would be the right idea. I think I agree with Theo.
But we could
With
sit
our-
there in the public square and be verbal and loud about it, right? And put ourselves into be a
Okay.
target. Remember the little
I feel-
man in front of her?
I feel we're already under watch of fake Duvesa. So I don't know if putting us in the light even more would accelerate that.
She hasn't
If she
attacked
felt the
Chandrel
vote was going
directly.
against her. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, she hasn't attacked Chandrel directly. It seems she's going. She has to avoid a political assassination, right? So, I mean, if you were to run, she wouldn't be able to strike at you until she wanted to break her politician image, right?
But if she felt the vote was going against her, and like I said, we have power. We have ways to back these things you say.
Tell you what, why don't you have, let's do it as a group activity. Let's just do group insight. How about that? It seems like a decent role to see if you guys can get some inside knowledge. I think insight's a good one to do.
Let's do it.
22.
I've been so focused on events at the school that honestly, it all moves so fast compared to elf politics. I can't keep track.
I agree.
All right, let's take a look at the insight rolls here.
Eck got an 18.
All right.
Of course, as the more
Okay, so thinking
Lear
about
just
this,
has a great read on the situation.
so
Yeah, he does.
I'll kind of use Eckankar and Hemo since they've been living in the town for a while, and know a little bit about what's going on, and probably know the townspeople a little better. The trouble you're running into now is just purely on time. So if you wanted to run against Duvessa, that's completely fine. But the problem is that you need to come with something that's for the town. I know you want to talk about the Barrow Woods, and now you get a roll on that, and you'll get some benefits to that. But the challenge is that with being only 2 days away, trying to get the entire town. The Barrow Woods have been here a long time. They were a risk, but not a danger to the town. So you'd have to do something like stop a bullet running into town and have everyone see you to make a big statement. So it won't be probably as beneficial as you think it's going to be.
There could be a large lion running through town that is trying to attack everyone, right?
Destroying all the signs and pulling down all of the.
You defeat the
laundry.
lion, right?
I'll defeat the lion in one swing.
Right.
That'll be really cool.
If it's
People
three of them,
love
maybe
that.
they'll change the name to Tri Lion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So you'll get. I mean, you can definitely go pursue it. I'm just going with your insight. It's not gonna. From the political standpoint, knowing in the Tribor, it's an old crossroads town with people who've known each other for a long period of time, and though Eckankar has clout in some areas, there's other areas of town, Zindro being one of them just a couple days ago, who don't necessarily like him. So they're not going to do it. So I don't think this may help you get 0, but it's not gonna, instead of the negatives. But I don't think it's going to be as effective as you might think it's going to be. Now you get a roll and you can talk and anything can happen, but that's just the insight roll of me from not trying to railroad you or anything. The other thing you can do is you can do and you can go that way, and that's totally fine. The other thing you can do is you can go the way that Chandrell asked you to do, which is trying to get her to
Get dirt on her, right?
To get dirt on her. Question is, what do you, if you want to do that, what routes do you want to do? You have some information about where
She's staying right now?
well,
Maybe?
what you do know about is you have several options that you can explore through what the ogres have talked about. There's also
That's right. There's that other cabin that they sort of mechanical guy had.
The tower,
maybe an artificer guy.
his tower. He talked about that, and you saw some things. That's one possibility. Also, to going toward you got Tuvolt. If you remember Tuvolt, he came in. He was coming from the east. He met giants.
Mm-hmm.
That's what melted his sword. That's one option. So there are other people in town you can talk to. So there's a bunch of different options. You don't have to go any one direction. But as far as trying to stand up and get her, it's not going to be an easy roll. I'll just say that. So because especially if you go after her, because she gets a whole bunch of bonuses because she has the town on her side right now. So it's up to you how you want to approach it. I'm just that's what the insight was for, to determine whether
good summary of what we talked about before.
Yeah. So there are options, and it's just whether you want to take those options or not. Some options are easier than others, but it's no way telling you what you should or should not do.
And come to think of it, Eckankar has probably sworn an oath to serve Tribor as one of the 12 and whoever governs it.
That's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he can't run against him.
Yeah, but it would be something of a breach of trust.
Yeah.
Could be seen publicly that
It wouldn't look very honorable.
Mm-hmm.
But throwing your weight behind would work. We got a bard that can sing songs about how
I'd be a damn good campaign manager.
How smart she is. Yeah, exactly.
You're just running out of days for campaigning. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think we should investigate that other tower. Maybe get those ogres their house back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that might be the best way forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she was in some way? Didn't we find the witch fire sample hidden away in here? You think we could use that as leverage to get her out?
Are you talking about the sample of the spellfire?
The spellfire, yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. You found a sample of spellfire in a cabin that has that I don't.
We still have it, right?
You still have it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who took it, but
Wondering if
I think Flander has it. Actually.
yeah, I think Flander has
Fake
it too.
Duvessa is interested in that in any way.
Maybe. You wouldn't know if you
Let's give it to her.
give her the drink.
Just throw it at her.
Yeah,
You definitely can do
Catapult
that.
it at her.
Catapult it at her, yeah.
that'd be fun.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you have several options, but the insight was to determine whether you think that was going to be a successful strategy or not.
Yeah.
Plus, I can't be sure, but I think she might be manipulating people's opinions magically somehow.
Oh, too bad we don't have anyone who could do that. Oh wait,
Well, yes, we have a bard who can sing to magic itself and make that happen. So perhaps she has similar power.
I can be very persuasive.
just not on a pedestal.
Bards. Yeah, they're like, all right, we're gonna do the debate now. Everyone up on the pedestal. Flander's like, I'm out.
Just cuts flop sweating. Oh no.
PTSD.
I was defeated by a 3 foot tall step up. All right. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? I like I said, I don't want to.
Is it which way is the
Tell you
tower?
one What's that?
Which
So
way?
the
You don't
south.
know where the tower is exactly. You know that was the ogre's home.
Yeah, they talked about it,
Yeah.
right?
Someone will have to pay Zindra if she knows where the towers are.
She does know where the tower is. She knows where the towers are. There's many of them that extend across the miles. But what you don't know is
Which one?
which
Which
one.
one had ogres in it? Yeah.
Right.
I look over at Zindra at this point.
Okay. She looks over at you.
Ogre tower.
She says, "What?
Ogre tower.
I don't know who that is.
Ogre
Theo.
country.
Can you give me his first name?
It's been a long.
John Ogre Tower?
Do you know that
Bill
Ogre
Ogre
Tower?
Listen,
Tower?
dum dum. We're trying to figure out where the ogre tower is. Tower that had the ogres in.
Can you step
Theo,
back?
you're not you when you're hungry. Okay.
I really think they like each other.
I think we're looking for a tower. We met a pair of ogres who had a home that was taken over by hobgoblins now.
It was
Let's see
tower-
it. Let-
We're
tower
in one of the
shaped.
watchtowers here in the woods.
Let me do a knowledge history on her and see if she knows. She looks at you. She says, "Yeah, I know there have been ogres to the south. I've heard of some kind of a bugbear coming into power down there. I heard rumors, but I don't know any ogres that are close by town. I haven't seen any."
Would you like to meet a couple?
You have beer.
She looks up at you and she says, "What?"
Do you have beer? And would you like to meet some ogres?
She says, "No and maybe."
Well, if you would like to meet some ogres, having some beer would be a great way to
Placate them.
smooth the conversation.
Let's go to town. Let's get a small keg of beer. Let's go find some ogres.
Rest.
Sorry, rest.
Also rest.
Yeah, she's just like
Let's get her priorities.
Drink the
straight
beer.
here.
Get another small keg of beer. Go find the ogres.
As you begin, is that what you guys are gonna do? Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin wandering out of the woods, you see Zindra give a lingering glance back at the mound of earth, and as you walk out, as the scene fades out, you hear Zindra as she walks around. She goes, "So, what about this beer?" All right. And we're gonna get you back into town. Let's see what time of day is. Is it? We'll say
It's like 10 in the morning.
It's like noon.
Yeah, it's actually more. You're gonna get to town about 2 after you did all the burying and
So
all the other stuff. So it's getting late to midday as you emerge back into Tribor. Let me give you a little bit of what's going on in Tribor immediately.
Is everything on fire?
Of course it is.
White dragon.
Figuratively.
Not again.
every time we come back, there's a dragon.
It's a blue dragon. Is that?
No, we're not going back there, guys. We can't go back there right now. Let's level up first.
Yeah.
Zindra, save us.
Okay. Yeah.
Again.
All right. As you step into the dusty streets of Tribor, you're coming in from the south. From the south. The wooden buildings creak with age, telling tales of bygone eras. Yet the usual hustle and bustle you'd expect in such a place is noticeably absent. you kind of walk into this town and you notice that it's just sort of a more quieter town than you've seen in a while. Instead of the constant rumble of wagons and the jingle of harnesses, there is an eerie stillness that pervades the air. The lack of caravans and wagons is striking, leaving the streets feeling eerily deserted, as if the town once vibrant heartbeat has slowed to a whisper. You're kind of prompting questions in your brain about what might have caused this strange absence of population in the area.
Is it usually this slow before election day, Eck?
Neither of you think it is. Neither of you have been here over an election year. I think maybe Hemo, not in a while. It's been 7 years since the last one. Let's see. Give me a history roll, Eckankar.
Yeah. I did grow up here.
You did, yeah.
Didn't somebody say something about highwaymen? Or like attacking caravans?
13.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a bustling town, especially in the summer like this. You're kind of put off by the fact that you imagine getting a ticket to go see like your favorite band, and you walk in and like pick your favorite Metallica, and you're going to see Metallica live, and you walk in and there's 20 people in the audience, and you're like, am I in the wrong day? Like it feel really awkward.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like.
So there's nobody around, or
there's just few. It's just a very light. It kind of feels like it's a very light number of caravans and wagons, much lower than you're expecting.
Is there a member of like the town guard nearby?
There are several members of the town guard up near not near the tower. You can certainly start walking across the lightly populated open. I'll bring up the map. How about that?
Yeah.
Kind of make the talking points a little easier.
I think we.
All right, as you guys near the town, you're walking up toward the tower, and Hemo, you see ahead of you, Florin, a young spirited woman from the Happy Horse Ranch that your friend Sanjit has been courting. She's walking quietly across the market square. Florin has a pleasant smile that hides a bit of concern. About 20 feet north of her, Theo, this is for you. You see Kedith, the pickpocket, looking around the empty square, almost as if he's lost. It's like he's expecting a large crowd, but there's not a lot of people here. You recognize him from your first day in Tribor, where this old man attempted to lift your purse in this very same square.
And just watch him singularly.
All right, and you guys are walking up toward a tower where you can see there are some soldiers standing outside, looking around. Florin walks by as you cross her path, Hemo, and she says, "How do, Hemo? Sure is a right pleasant day." She looks out at the calm day, a right quiet, pleasant day.
Yes, good day. Is this normal for election day? I've only been here since I opened the school.
No, not at all. We ain't seen much in the way of traffic these past few days. Just came from the Coster where this good old boy has been talking about Yartar. Seems that place has gone dark. Not good for business, but that's just one trail that's gone dusty. We ain't seen nothing coming from town south of here neither. Some fella just showed up, all solo-like from the long road, says there's several caravans that have been burnt into cinders. Said he was given the shakedown by these ogre bandits.
Ogre bandits?
Oh, no. What have we done?
Oh, gods. Well,
We're gonna need a carrot.
be safe. Maybe we'll figure out what's going on. But be well. We'll figure something out. Eckankar here. He's on the case.
Well, I sure do appreciate one of the 12 looking into this matter. Oh, We do have some light days here, but it just seems strange that 2 days in a row so close to an election like this. I'm not sure why so few are around, but I hope it has nothing to do with those banners. I don't know. Maybe you want to talk to that gentleman that rolled up here all solo like. It's up to you, I suppose. He's over at the Everwyvern if you're looking for him. Otherwise, have yourself a good day.
You as well.
Best to you, Hemo. She looks at the rest of you guys, fellas. She looks over at Zindra. She kind of looks over at Zindra. She goes, Zindra. Zindra gives her a smile and kind of like has her hood pulled up. She gives her a smile and kind of gives her a nod. They kind of exchange, like maybe in a pub somewhere they might have exchanged some short words in the past.
Oh.
What are you guys going to head over to the soldiers?
Let's talk to that traveler.
Yeah, it seems we got the information.
Watching. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it seems like we got the right information from her. The trolls or the ogres. Yeah, maybe we go talk to that guy.
Yeah, I'm watching the pickpocket this whole time, just staring at him. You doing anything? Pickpocket?
He's looking around. He's more or less, he's sitting on his. If you remember, he's the guy who had the stick up here.
Yeah,
he also had
arm.
a third extra arm.
Yeah,
the 3-armed.
I'm watching him.
He just seems to be standing there, and he's looking around. He doesn't even seem to notice you walking up, despite the fact it's a light. I mean, there are wagons around and people are moving around, but it's just so scarce here, and he's not. He seems he might be trying to look for trouble or look for somebody. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to head up to talk to that?
I do have one question. The Barrow Woods were covered like in the shadow, right?
Yeah.
It would people from Tribor be able to see that the shadow is no longer there at this point?
No, it was only on the inside that it was there.
Only on the inside.
Externally,
Okay.
you seem normal, and then you kind of enter into this weird. It's kind of like walking through a threshold.
Okay.
Like Dorothy opening the door, and suddenly there's color.
Like storm clouds.
Yeah.
Over or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will probably need to report that that we took that out. So
You want your experience points? You got to turn it into the question mark. Yeah.
exactly.
Journal entry.
Okay.
But no, let's go talk to this guy.
All right, Eck, which way are we going?
I think we can go find this guy first.
You want to go talk? You want to go to the Everwyvern?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring the map up accordingly. It's down here. Okay, move the map over. We see this is the Everwyvern house. It's on the corner here of the map, and you can see it's right down from the Pleasing Platter. It's an upscale place to stay. The Pleasing Platter is a place to dine. The Everwyvern house is a place for the elites of the elites to stay and dine while they're in Tribor. The rest of you want to head that way? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Flander, you working on your stories for the public?
Oh, I'm always working on stories.
Get them on our side over here, yeah?
All right. You head over to Everwyvern house. Let me bring up the information on them, and then we can proceed. Where did I?
This is a fancy inn for a refugee of a bandit attack to stay in.
Yeah, you're probably thinking he might be a little more upscale than what you're expecting. All right, you head over to the Wyvern house. I'm just going to find it in my list of
I'll pool up out front. It's like 7 highly armed individuals.
We are kind of like a posse coming in here.
A little bit.
Nice. You can see that this expensive inn caters to Waterdavian nobility and other well-to-do folk
Like us.
who wouldn't be caught dead in the more modest establishments. The property is situated behind the Pleasing Platter on a beautiful landscape patch of land with private stables, private gardens, and a meandering path through a small orchard. Probably private.
Perfect for us, yeah?
Yeah, the inn itself is
yeah.
the inn itself is a beautiful stone building with lamps hanging from its eaves and a turret in one corner.
Okay.
snobbery of the ever wyvern house for you locals here, like Hemo and Eckankar.
That was good.
Oh, Hemos.
Yeah, snobs.
The
Hemo
snobbery
and,
of this
Hemo.
of ever wyvern house is equaled by its elegant foppery. The atmosphere in this place is like a parody of the grandest Waterdavian noble parties. If neither of you
man.
have been here very often, you may have just stepped into the foyer once or twice.
Hello.
This isn't going to be like an eyes wide shut situation, is it?
That's exactly how I planned it. In fact, that's how I titled this. This episode is going to be titled "Eyes Wide Shut."
He was sort of
Eyes
like-
Wide Eckankar.
He was sort of like mocking the pretentiousness as we were walking up. Hello. How do you do?
Is that
I wonder if
going to
this-
walk up the door? As you walk up to the door, the doorman there, as you approach, the doorman gives you a look and raises a brow.
He bows way too much.
Performance roll, please.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Performance with my minus 8. I rolled above 0, Alan.
You rolled
Roll
a
above
what do you
zero.
roll?
A solid 1.
As you give your grand gesture and you lean over,
You knock out like a wait.
half of you worn from battle, scuffed up,
I almost fall over.
Zindra in the back.
Actually, that'd be pretty
Flander,
solid.
Flander over there. The footman, the doorman, goes to reach to put his hand on the door and then pulls it back. And he looks at you and he says, "Sir,
Sir,
might I inquire what you would like, what business you have here at Everwyvern House?"
no. I'll just stop and look at the Flander.
Flander just kind of shakes his head. He's like, excuse me. Good afternoon, good sir. Please excuse my friend. He's had a bit of a rough day.
It's a bit difficult, but I'll give it a try.
It would be greatly appreciated.
Now, Grand Sir, you've come to Wyvern House for a purpose?
Yes, we would like to speak with one of your guests. He's an old friend of ours.
Excellent. What is his name and which room is he in?
What was his name again? This is Graham talking, not Flander.
Yeah.
We don't know.
You were never given a name.
We don't have a name.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
He's just a traveler on the road that
Yes.
is the only one that survived all of the cindered caravan.
He didn't say he even was part of the Cinder Caravan. He
No.
just said he saw them.
Right?
Mhm.
He survived
Yeah.
the potential for that, I should say.
Yeah.
yes, he was a friend of ours. We met on the road. We didn't catch his name actually.
Oh, so he was a longtime friend of yours who you know very well until you did.
I didn't say he was a longtime friend. We just
Oh.
met him on the road.
I see.
But we did strike up a rather good friendship for the moment, but we just never really got around to exchanging names.
Mm.
But he did say he was staying here, and if we were to need to speak to him again about anything, then he said that we could find him here.
Oh, very
And
well. So, who do you wish? Perhaps I should knavishly stand on the stoop and yell for someone to come out. Who would you like me to call upon?
Well, if we could gain entry, we could probably find him more quickly. And we might even be able to get him off your hands because he's a little bit disheveled.
If you could, that would be remarkable. Give me a persuasion roll.
could I aid? And I'm just saying this is official 12 business.
Because you're just standing behind him.
No, you would actually get a disadvantage.
Oh no!
Go ahead, give me a
Persuasion.
persuasion roll.
Okay.
Was this guy an
14?
anti-Eck guy?
All right.
He might be.
Oh
As
no.
you stand at the doorway, he looks at you, looking down his nose at you, lifting his chin to make sure that he could actually properly get the good angle to look down at you.
Mm.
And he says, "Sir, could you give me your name?"
I am Flander O'Donnell, hero of Phandalin and savior of Dondu.
Excellent. I would like to let them know who I did not let in. Now be on your way, the lot of you. We don't want any of your kind.
May I speak to your manager?
Aaron?
Oh no!
He says, of course you can. simply send a messenger bird with an appointment that you would like to stay in a room here. We will make one prepared for you. Be prepared to pay the 100 gold minimum fee per night. And when you do so, you'll be welcomed, manager in tow. Until then, good sir.
I am curious, how exactly would you stop us from entering this establishment?
Theo turns around at that point.
True.
Looks at him.
He looks at you. He says, well, if you want to partake in some thuggery, by all means, but that will gain you nothing in for favor for the glorious Waterdavians who are here amongst the wealthy.
How long do you think you'd last?
Well, I'm paid to last until the bitter end. He kind of gives you a pumps out his chest a little bit.
How long have we been speaking to this man? More than a minute?
Yeah, I'll say a minute.
Okay. Do I look like do I feel like I could take him?
Eck is not going to allow this.
What's his current hit points?
You have to live here too.
Is his current hit
he's
points
not gonna allow
more or
this at
less
all.
than 40?
You think that this is a commoner. He probably has very little, if any fighting skills. You think that he probably has been around a while. In fact, he probably knows, but he's more akin to talking to the upper nobility of Waterdeep than they would be in talking to the typical person tending the bars at the Tribor Arms.
Okay, Flander will just say, all right, good sir.
Jarud, no, this man is... Don't.
We will partake to wait until he comes out. And I'll just stand there.
And he says, on the Evermore way, I presume?
Nope.
Nope, right here.
Yes.
Call the 12 if you want.
Very
We're
well.
waiting.
God's
He looks
enough
over
of
at-
this.
he looks
I'm going
over at
back to my
Eckankar.
school.
Says Eckankar, Dune, member of the 12.
Yes.
In the name of Everwarn House, I would like you to send word to our soon, possibly to be removed, Chandrel, and tell her to send the 12 along with soldiers here immediately to remove these peasants.
Now, if I were to say that us speaking to this man as a member of the 12 is of utmost importance to the stability of this town. As you can see, there are a lack of commerce happening, and we believe this man has information to help alleviate that.
He kind of leans forward as if he's like feign looking, but he's not really looking. He just kind of goes, Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Do better than a 14.
I'll try my best.
What'd you get?
I got a 19.
You see that the doorman, he kind of inhales and kind of tries to keep his restrained anger as he speaks to you. Now, this man's jacket that he's wearing, the silks that he has of their powder blue, with long pantaloon pants that are probably made for riding horses. Yet he doesn't look like he's ridden a horse very much. With knee-high boots that probably cost more than most of the houses in the outskirts of town. This footman, he looks at you and he says, "Good sir, member of the 12, who is it that you'd like to call forth to speak to?"
I must admit, we do not have his name, but we know he came into town recently and was accosted, or at least knew of people that were accosted by a group of ogres. And we wish to alleviate that situation so more people can come to your establishment as well as many other establishments in town.
Yes. I only wish you would have just said that up front instead of saving me all the drudgery of dealing with your companions. He opens the door and says, "Mr. Dune?"
As he turns to walk away, I'll cast prestidigitation and just dust him. So he's like dirty and filthy.
Do I get a saving throw? I would think I get a saving throw for that.
Intended item, I suppose.
You are really testing X's ability to like not.
But I will get rule of cool. I'll get some things happen, but he does get a saving throw. So I'll give him. How about a? I don't know. There's no saving throw with that, so I'll give it a dexterity save to see if you're able to. Because you have to touch him. You have to touch him to do it, or was it just a?
Precipitation. I don't know what the range is on it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have to look.
You've got a spot right there.
I can tell you in a second, though.
The toe.
Where'd you
Range
get?
10 feet. Verbal, somatic.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Yeah, I think it's got to be required. I mean, I think it has to be. There's minor magic trick.
You can instantly clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
You cast a spell multiple plans. See if there's a saving throw. Doesn't even. I don't like the
You
fact
can
that they don't
soil
give
an
you-
object.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can shit his pants.
Yeah. I'm thinking
It has to be less than 1 cubic foot, though. So
Yeah,
How embarrassing.
I would assume it has to be unintended.
I don't know about you, but mine are less
that's how
than a
some other
cubic
spells
foot.
work.
Yeah,
But
we'll
I
just
don't
say
know.
it has to be unattended, but that's okay.
He had a big lunch.
Okay, so he opens the door and says, "Mr. Dune,"
Yes.
and he goes to. I shall take you in, and we shall find this man at once.
Don't worry, I'll stay out here.
Could I please bring my friend Flander with me? He's of utmost importance and is very helpful in gaining information.
Well, if he works for the 12, so be it. He works for the 12. Is that correct?
I work for Eckankar Dune.
He's a bit of an attaché of mine at the moment.
It's a contractor.
We're deputized.
Very well. The rest
You're not
of you.
deputized.
The rest of you.
Oh,
Evermore way. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
I'll be at my school. Need to make sure that loan shark hasn't taken it already.
All right, you're gonna go back to check out your school.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody
Set my
else gonna
gear
do anything
down.
while they go inside?
Oh, Hemo, you're going back to your school right now?
The guy wouldn't let us in.
True. Yeah, he's a bum.
All right.
I highly.
But if you're going back to school, I'll go with you.
I wouldn't say he would.
Yeah, I mean, we need a long rest anyways. That's where he was going to end up.
You gonna do
Yeah.
anything, either of you?
I'll head back to the school.
You go. Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. The rest of you heading back to the school except for Eckankar and Flander. Is that right?
Yes, splitting the party.
To me, it's not splitting the party. To me, it's going home.
All right.
Yeah.
Zindra will follow because she's not exactly sure what she's doing right now. The rest of
Hemo turns to Zindra. You're not being paid anymore. I mean, you're welcome to help us.
She says. She walks up. She says. Wait a minute. We made a deal beyond pay. You're going to take care of Duvessa Shane.
This is true.
Do you think
Very
I'm
well.
gonna miss that?
It's bound to be quite a show.
Come on, dum dum.
Very well then. I've got a spot in the school for you.
Maybe you can help teach the kids for a minute.
Yeah. Teach the kids how to avoid ugly. All right. Look at the floor, kids. Look at the floor. All right.
He sort of pets his scars.
Ew.
Although you won't be ugly after tonight because you'll get your charisma back.
Yeah,
He'll still be ugly.
All right. Eckankar and Flander walk in with the footman. The footman takes you in, and he walks in. He talks quietly to the front desk clerk, and he returns back and he says, "Mr. Dune, it seems that one Boleyn Finethread is here. He is most likely the person traveling, as he's recently arrived this morning.
That's,
Would you like me to bring him down to the sitting room?
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks you. Please come in here." And he says there is teas and wines on the dresser there. Help yourself. There are cookies and crumpets on that one, and that platform there is where you may hang your, or he's gonna say jacket, but then he noticed you didn't have a jacket.
I was thinking they had a jacket.
and he stops for a moment and he goes, tea and crumpets.
You wouldn't happen to have any finger sandwiches, would you?
I can get them.
Wonderful.
But first, let me go get Berlin. He trots up the steps, leaving you in there. The door is open. It is free sight between you and the person working, the clerk at the desk can see you. It's quiet. What I want you to notice as he's brought you in is that this is a place of elegance. You think that the paneling on the doors, the carpet itself, everything about this place reeks of elegance. The chandelier itself has been handcrafted. All the lights that are in here appear to be not just ever burning flames, but of various colors and styles. The elements sort of emote from this room a place of pleasant calmness. It is not dark in here at all. It is actually quite bright with wide windows. And the ceiling itself has stylized images of various flowers in the ceiling that come rising out. All right. You wait here a moment.
Flander looks around going, not bad. I've played better, but not bad.
Yeah. Anything you're going to do in here other than helping yourself to some food and wine or teas?
I think Ek is going to try and put like his soldier stance on. He's a little bit more rigid. He's trying to appear like more official, essentially.
All right. How about
when he's in this establishment?
How about you, Flander?
I'll sort of follow suit.
All right.
Finger sandwiches?
In your fancy bardic robes.
Delicious. They're delicious.
Hey,
you have to try one.
This ordeal, I could go for a side of beef right now. But
a gentleman walks around the corner. He is a short man with a pot belly. He has with him a jacket and an underjacket, and then a shirt which is curled on the ends and ruffled at the sleeves. He has with him pants not fit for riding, and he carries his feet are nestled within slippers, comfortable slippers. He walks in and he says, I must be on Time Morris' shit list if I'm getting the likes of you vagabonds trouncing through the finery. Who in all the hells is here, and what do you have to do with me?
Hello, I am Eckankar Dune, member of the 12 and protector of Tribor. I understand you might have some information of vagabonds accosting caravans.
Oh, yes. You see, he kind of like almost has this relief. Like he thought maybe you were here to talk about something else. But he says, oh, yes, ogres, 4 of them. Big as houses. They came bursting from the trees, nearly scared poor Helga out of her shoes. They attempted to rob me. Cretins or not, they surely know a well-dressed traveler when they see one.
And Flander pulls out a parchment and quill and starts writing things down, acting as your scribe.
If I were to
play me, what's that?
Yes, if I were to show you a map, do you think you could pinpoint where you were accosted?
Of course I could. Give me your map here. So, right there. Yeah, most likely right there. Somewhere in that area. About there.
In that general area.
Yes, in that general. He kind of starts. His finger starts small, but then gets bigger. In that general area, you're getting the assumption that this person probably doesn't know much about nature or maps. He says, "Now, please, but before you go, I implore you, you must hear my tale. In case you run into them again. They thought they were going to flay me for their supper. The nerve of these sub-creatures thinking they could lay their unwashed mitts upon my horse. I should hope that you draw upon them and charge into them and flay them and stab them to nothing. But don't worry. They are not without injury. See, I drew my rapier and unleashed my 7 years of training. One good strike across their cheek, and they scattered like the vermin they are. The idea that I would fall for their illicit, underhanded schemes. Who would trade their colored water for the finery of Waterdavian wines? I wasn't born yesterday, and I immediately sought the local constabulary to root out the blight. If your 12 are worth their salt, those ogres will be food for crows by the dinner bell. It was bad enough those goblins to the south cut my purse from my belt. Whomever this King Yarg the goblins claim to work for might be, he's invading my personal space, and I won't stand for it.
Yes, we've heard of this King Yarg.
If you've heard of him, go run him through, or stab him, or throw him in the jail, or whatever you do. But I should have a purse. You should see. I should tell you should know mine because it is felt lined in purple. And has the crest of my family on it. It looks like this. Yeah, he shows you a little crest.
Flander,
there are exactly
draw
121 pieces of silver there, 224 pieces of copper, 14 platinum. I expect it all to be there. I know you. I know the lot of you are most likely underpaid. Still.
Sir, I would never take your money.
Of course you're not. You know the consequences.
And kind of stiffens his chin a little bit, just like... Rest assured, when we take down King Yarg, I will bring that gold and platinum pieces back to you, every cent.
And my pouch. My lovely wife gave me that little pouch with the purple in it, with the signet. It looks like this.
And the pouch, if it is still
it looks like this.
Together. Yes, yes, good sir, I understand.
Thank you.
Now, when were you accosted by these goblins?
It was 2 days ago. Down the road, down the long road. I was coming from Waterdeep.
Okay, and it's just like, once again, do you have a guess at where it might be?
Where the goblins are?
Yes.
Oh dear God! Just drive down this road 2 days. Whatever you find, that's where they are. There was a bridge there. I know they were on a bridge.
Bridge.
A bridge over water. Troubled waters, huh? Yes.
Goblin
Quite
waters.
a good jest, sir. Flander, do you have any questions for this man?
It was 2 days ago, you say? And ogres.
No, those are the ones I'd be more concerned with. You know, they took my wine.
Horrible.
And they took my wine and wanted to give me their colored water. Expected to make an even on trade. I was like, I'm not giving you my wine for your colored water. They kept holding it up.
Waterdeep does have some very fine wine.
Yes, he
there.
kept muttering about some coming up potion or something, wanting to make a trade. So I slashed him with my weapon and they ran. You think they would leave my wine with me, but they took it with them. The scourge.
Yes, well.
Sneak attack.
How far away were the ogres?
Yeah. No,
This far.
it was
Yeah,
precisely.
we have a general
here,
area.
you say, and I point to the map.
Yes. You don't think he's telling you the truth. In the case that he doesn't know.
And I'm writing down foppish little prig needs a lesson in geography.
At least, how far away from town were you when you were attacked?
Oh, let's see here. About a third a pipe.
Third pipe.
I know so because when there's a third left, the scent changes. I always pack a little bit at the bottom, a little bit of an orange, and it's a little bit of a tickle. So when I'm piping at the very end, I hit the tickle, and I hit the tickle right when I walked into town. So I know it's about a third of a pipe.
Could you do that in more of a time, not an analogy or you know? Could you give me an exact measurement?
Yes, it's about this much. About this much. You just pack it in. I can show you. Do you have a pipe? I would be. I can go up to my room and we can share around. And they won't let me do it here. You'd think with the prices I paid here, they'd let me have my pipe in my room, but they begged me not to.
I don't.
We have a terrace and a turret. Would you like to go to the turret and enjoy? And we can have a cigar, perhaps.
I don't partake. You said the attack by the goblins was 2 days ago. Now, if you were to give me a measurement of actual time of the attack to getting here.
A day would be when the sun comes up and the sun goes down.
Oh my god.
And then the other day was when the sun came up. So there were 2 of them.
Yes. Was it less than a day to get here when the goblins attacked you?
No, there were 2 days, as I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. The ogres attacked you. Excuse me.
Oh, when the ogres? No. Dear boy, if it takes me a day to pip out a third of a pipe, my father would be scolding me.
Yes.
Never let you leave it sit back there. It's going to get moldy, and you have to clean that out. It's horrible. Dear sir, who did your father do you the disservice of not showing you how to properly pack and care for your pipe?
My father also didn't partake.
Well, I showed you the orange peel thing. It's fantastic. Look, do you have does Tribal even have oranges? I pray they do. Otherwise, I won't be here long. My God.
We have oranges. I assure you. Well, this has been very, very. I enjoyed this quite a lot. Thank you for the information. We will take care of these ogres as swiftly as possible.
Now, since you've come all this way, might I interest you in a dinner jacket or a ruffled shirt? Sune knows that you're desperate to see my wares. Both of you, please. What did you see? 54? 41? Yes?
Where did you say that comes from?
What's that? My wares come from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, yes. It's a very fine place. I enjoyed Waterdeep. I performed for the Masked Lords of Waterdeep, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just like that, I hope.
Oh, no. I mean, I've been traveling, but...
It's apparent.
But, yes, where did you say your leaf was from?
My leaf was... it comes from... Dear sir, anything grand happens in Waterdeep. Everything else is...
Except their leaf.
Less.
Horse manure and grass clippings. You should try the stuff from Baldur's Gate. Wonderful.
Man, I would agree to disagree, but I'm not wrong. All right. Well, it's your jacket. You look fantastic in a purple suede.
I'm very sorry. I must get home. I have to wash my hair. Excuse me.
You know, I believe you.
Looks at his hair.
The blood.
Anything else you want
Yes,
to add?
excuse us.
I think we have all we need, and I stuff the parchment in a pocket.
Well, but I have your sizes. Come back if you wish to. I'll give you the tribal discount.
It's very kind of you. Very kind.
I'm aware of your meager salaries.
Yeah, come, Master. We do have an appointment with the Lord Protector.
Yes, we should go. Thank you for the information, and good night.
All right, he stands there.
Or good day.
not walking with you. As you come out, the doorman walks over and greets you, and and leads you out.
Yes, thank you very much for letting us in.
I'll say to Eckankar as we walk up, yeah, I don't smoke either.
Yes.
I
Was that man?
I get it. I'm not kidding anyway. All right.
I don't know if that man was lying or he's just stupid.
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
All right. What are you guys gonna do? The two of you.
I think we should head back to the school. I mean, we still need to rest.
All right. Is that what you guys are gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's head back to the school.
All right. As the rest of you, ahead of them by a little bit of time, have wandered down back toward the school. Allow me to see if I can fast ping you there. I wonder if I can make this work. Click. Focus ping.
Oh,
it worked.
Amazing, guys.
Nice.
Except all my
Nice.
token is down there. That was my token.
Yeah. Okay. So the rest of you are heading off toward the school. All right. As you roll up on the school, you see a horse is standing right in the middle of the path that rides up. It's a horse, and on the horse is kind of a heavy pack. The horse isn't wearing any barding or anything. It seems to be grazing on the grasses randomly. It has a feed bag, but the feed bag has probably been used and it's sitting next to it empty. You don't recognize this horse, Hemo.
Horse isn't tied up or anything?
Nope, just standing there, middle of the road.
Loose horse.
Yeah,
Free horse.
Theo says out loud and waves his hand, detect invisibility.
All right,
But he doesn't actually cast it because he doesn't have
you
the
see
Cast that.
a rather rotund man walking around the backside of the school. As he walks, he has a wheel with a long rope, and he's walking by. He's rolling it up. He's just rolling up
The
this
rope's
wheel.
attached. Oh, he's rolling it back up?
Yeah, he's rolling up the rope.
Oh, what's
You as
this
an
now?
artificer already know that most likely it's a measuring
Yeah.
utility.
Is he? He's not a student, and
You've never seen this middle-aged, rather rotund gentleman. His hair sort of leaking out the side of his hat, but you don't think that there's much more under it than the ring that protrudes from it. His face is scrubby, probably from travel, but he normally probably does not have a beard. You can pick any one of his chins as being the best one. As he walks around,
Well, Hemo says, "Well, it's my school. I should go greet him, whatever he wants."
All right, you got this. And then Theo takes off and sort of like he'll try to be stealthy, and he'll run around the other direction of the school and look for the other end of the rope and just stand on it.
All right. You walk. You think he was rolling it up, like he's already done his measurements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said it wasn't done being rolled.
No,
up yet.
you want to run around the outside. So give me a stealth roll.
Yeah. And then, but you can go chat with him.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll. What'd you get?
Actually, I shouldn't be rolling that with disadvantage.
So you just take the
Oh,
first
no.
one.
Sorry. That depends on which type of armor I'm in. So I'm at disadvantage. It is a 4.
All right. You go clinking around. He immediately, as you come running around the corner, you come running around the thing.
He's almost done with the rope.
You see this man swing around.
He's got almost all of it rolled up then.
Well, he's got part of it. He's rolling it up, but you're kind of running around the thing, and he sees you, and he just kind of stops rolling around, and he turns around, and he sees Hemo walking up the path.
Hail there! What brings you to my school?
Well, you must be Mr. And you see he kind of walks forward and he leans down, and on the floor there seems to be a batch of papers, like scrolls. He flips through a couple of them, and he kind of looks down, and he mutters to himself, Oakenhill.
Yes.
No, never mind me. I'm just taking some measurements.
What for?
No, well, just for the Bank of Longsaddle.
The Bank of
With your
Longsaddle? Why does anyone in Longsaddle care how long this building is?
Well, we have to know its pure value with the incredibly large sum of money owed. We definitely need to know that this will be adequate as collateral to your fee. With the interest rate you signed over, it's unfortunately going to be quite important that we have accurate measurements.
Oh, this again.
Once again, just outlive them.
But fine. Take whatever numbers you think you need.
Okay, thank you very much. He walks around. He puts a rope down. He begins walking back, pulling it back, and he starts counting. And he has some papers, and he starts writing information down.
Theo uses his mage hand cantrip to just move his rope around a little bit to make it pulls a little bit longer than it would be otherwise.
Good sir, please. I'm here to do a job on behalf of the bank. I don't need to be befuddled by your wizardry.
I think Hemo laughs at that a little.
Don't you like fun, sir?
I work for a bank.
Take that as a yes.
Tell you what, I'm going to break for some lunch. You may whittle the measuring instrument all you want while I eat. Thank you. And he leaves it on the ground and he walks over to his horse. He opens his pack up. He sees he's kind of probably digging for a food or lunch.
So I'll like audibly say a little too loud to Hemo, be like, I wonder if it would be better if this building were bigger than it actually is or smaller than it actually is for the bank's purposes.
I don't understand the finances of this set at all. I honestly thought I purchased a building.
All right. Are you guys doing it? Are you going to do anything more with this person measuring your stuff?
Do you have any idea how a man how a man could sell a building but not his, I guess, duty to repay it?
You're asking this person doing the measuring?
Yeah, Hemo asks this guy.
Are you talking about? Well, let me see here.
He opens up the.
Yes, Hemo open here.
There was another man from Longsaddle saying that I've inherited some kind of debt.
Oh,
do you understand how that works?
I apologize. That is not true. You did not. That is not true at all. You inherited nothing. You actually purchased this property, and along with it, all liens.
I don't understand. How were they expecting to take a payment from a building?
Well, let me explain to you. So,
he looks around and he sees kind of a bucket over by the
Oh no.
by the not maybe we'll say over near where your forge is, right?
Yeah.
He walks over and he kind of steps over. You see him gently step over the mage hand, and he walks over and grabs a bucket and he goes, "So, see, sir, you could buy a bucket from me now, but if I fill it with water,
that's my bucket.
If I fill it with water," he reaches over and fills it with water. Now you can buy the same bucket, but there's water inside.
But
this
that
water
was my
inside,
water.
And imagine this water inside being 30,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Now that, if you bought that, that is yours now. However, the problem is that I am owed. Well, the bank of Longsaddle is owed that 30,000 gold. So that's what happened. You bought the bucket and the water.
I do not follow, little man.
You did not look over your contract very well, did you?
Lear casts shape water to splash the contents of the bucket onto man.
he's like, "Oh, clearly I am. There's some nonsense happening. I am not. It's not the first time I've been accosted for doing my duty to the bank.
It is very clear there is some nonsense happening. I bought a building and you come here with a rope with little lines on it and tell me that I owe you water out of my own bucket. I'd say there's some nonsense happening here.
Shenanigans, in fact.
That is actually a bucket. I was making a point, sir.
Yes, you know something?
Your water, too.
It is rare a human tries my patience, but why don't you go ahead and take your numbers and then leave my school?
Planning on it.
As the person who has been operating this forge, I'd like to point out that the use of all equipment inside definitely had a rental fee on it. It was 2 gold pieces per gesture. So, sir, being as this is a honorable situation, and we don't want to have any more shenanigans, I would imagine that you would agree, as far as banking rules are concerned, that this fee should be accounted for.
Well, if you've read your agreement, you'll have noted that having a lien from the Bank of Harpel allows us access to always determine its wealth and value, which we can do once per calendar year, and I am here to do that. Which case we will take our measurements and be on our way. No fees.
But serious question for you, sir. What would happen if the building was deemed to be worth more than the original loan? And
you're in good value then. Yes.
Also, what happens if it's worth less than the original lien?
Oh, I'm sure the Bank of Harpel would the Bank of Longsaddle would immediately try to get the difference back. We don't like to have a short in our services.
This is such
You see, right now, this building is called a secured loan. This is a secured. This is the house. This is secured. Now, if this house is less than 30,000 value with the land, with the road, with all these things, part of that becomes unsecured. That is what we call a gap. That gap is not good for the books. No book likes a gap. Mind the gap.
This is an interesting point. So, Hemo, it's probably in your best interest if this property is worth the appropriate amount of your lien for now. But clearly, you may want to deal with or hire a lawyer to go talk to this bank in their own terms.
I'll go speak to the Harpel family myself. There's obviously been some kind of shenaniganery happening here.
Sir, that's not a real word.
Clearly,
But other than that, I would like to continue my work here, if you don't mind, and you can be on your way, and I'll be on my way.
I'll take
I was on my way, sir.
reach over and I'll grab one of the clean rags that I got off the wall, the clean towels I got up, and I'll hand it to him, and just so he can dry off. I know he got splashed a little bit there.
Thank
I
you.
really want to turn him into a rat or something.
Those are the clean ones. There's dirty ones all over the back of the shop, but yeah, he's one of those.
Never mind. I did not touch anything in your shop. What's yours is yours. The bank does not violate the personal materials of.
He looks over the bucket.
Such an
checks.
odd sentence for a man like yourself to say.
Does seem
Very
to
well.
be in good shape right now.
Yes. Well, I'll be on my way then. I'm just gonna make our measurements.
I'll check it again before you leave, sir, and I'll set it down gently. I'll walk off. I'm going to get out of his hair.
All right. He begins to quietly, maybe humming a little bit, take all the measurements for the sizes of the buildings. All right. Meanwhile, eventually,
Mean Ranch back at the wild.
Eventually, the Eckankar and Flander return. The rest of you are inside the school.
Hemo.
Yes.
You may want to subtly check with him on the valuation that he comes up with. And, if it's not at 30, you're going to have a problem. I've heard of this happening.
Zindra goes, 30 what?
1,000 gold.
She leans back and looks at the house.
Don't forget the land.
What's that?
And the land that it's on.
Are you talking gold?
The real ones. He pulls one out.
Yes. That's what this bank says I owe them because I purchased this building.
So and we're trying to. I'm being super quiet, so the guy outside doesn't hear me. But anything that you might want to do to persuade him to value it at the lien amount is going to be better than the alternative. Trust me.
Zindra goes, She says, I'll gut an ogre. I'll cut a knoll, but I don't fuck with bankers.
I said
I don't understand. What kind of power does this man wield?
Well, apparently the power of measurements. This is ugly over here.
So he just drops his head for a second. Look, man, if he comes back and says that your property is only worth 10,000 gold pieces, that bank's going to send out a call to you for 20,000 gold pieces immediately, or they're going to also take your property and you're still going to owe them 20,000 gold pieces. That's what's going to happen.
Oh,
But you can get a
Okay.
room at the Tribor Arms. I think there's a room over there.
So before he leaves, you need to make sure that he thinks this is all worth 30,000 gold pieces. So he
All
can
right.
go back and tell those bastards that's what it is.
I guess I go out there. I guess I still have my sword belt on. I go out there
Don't
and
be
I
mean.
just sort of cross my arms and watch him do his work until he's done.
All right, he does his work. He basically walks around, but meanwhile, as he's doing that, you see the Eckankar and Flander walking up the trail. The rest of you, whatever you guys want to do when you get there, he's just working out there, taking measurements.
Flander, what if you hinted about the gold mine that was under this building that we haven't been using lately, but we should probably go back to and start using again? Clearly would add value to the property, yeah?
Wouldn't that be a lie?
That's where you get your power.
I'm on it.
He just looks at you over his, just
I'm on
tips
it.
his head.
All right, Eckankar and Flander, what are you guys going to do when you get back? Anything?
Be like, well, we met with the man. Probably happy none of you were in there for that. We have a general idea of where these ogres are. And he pulls out the map, and you see like there's like 5 different circles, like in general area. He's like, there's somewhere here.
Yes. Okay. So you've been getting nonsense all afternoon as well.
Yeah, you know what? That is a very good way to put it. Everything that man said was nonsense.
Eckankar, I don't understand these humans.
I'm
You don't
losing a lot
understand
of patience.
these humans either.
What was that? I missed what you said, Eckankar.
He's like, I will admit, I'm losing some of my patience. These people we're meeting, I don't know. I don't know if my heart can take it.
He does this bow again.
Yeah, that didn't
We
help.
need to work on that.
Yeah, I don't know if we would have been any better off with or without it.
We got to speak to him at least.
Yes.
And it sounds like the same ogres that we met, because apparently they did try to sell him some healing potion.
And they did take his wine.
Mhm.
So they probably wanted beer, but they had to suffice.
So bring beer and cash for more healing potions, since they're pretty good at it.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
give me a why don't you give me an insight roll, Eckankar? See if you've got a decent enough roll to surmise what he said. Actually,
Nope. 3.
and you, Flander, you can give me one as well.
Okay.
Since you were saying, I forgot you were saying.
I'll
there
see if
too.
I can do better.
Yeah.
Won't be
She
hard.
caps up. 20.
Oh, that's a really good
There
roll.
we go. There
So,
we go.
Flander, what he had said was that what he was alluding to is that these ogres tried to trade him the wine for the healing potions, but he drew his weapon and it struck at him, hit him with his sword, and they fled. And they probably had the wine in their hand when they fled.
Mm.
That's what he's basically roundabout said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether they stole it on purpose or just grabbed it and ran, or just ran with the wine in their hand when this guy started attacking with the sword, we're not sure.
Yeah.
That's
This,
up.
It sounds like it was a bit of a misunderstanding.
That's right. This strange man did seem strangely good with the sword. If he was able to slash one of them.
Well, he has 7 years of training. You did catch that.
7 years of training.
7.
Emo.
Oh, yes. Of course, I'm sure it's a long practice.
You're like, that was just one of the schools that I practiced.
Okay. Well, what do you guys want to do? What's the plan?
Well, I was going to have a relaxing after. Well, maybe we don't really have a choice. We got to wait till a long rest, or
You do a spa day?
Powered up.
Yeah, basically.
I need a mani-pedi for sure.
Maybe this
Tomorrow
surveyor,
I'll cast hallucinatory terrain and make it look great.
maybe this surveyor needs a mani-pedi and a spa day.
All right. Anything else you're going to do today before we hit you the rest point?
I mean, I would report back and say we dispelled the
All right, go ahead and take yourself over to the Lord Protector's Tower. Anybody else you're going to take with you?
You want me to join you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hemo's gonna have to wait around for this guy to finish his measurements and ask how much he thinks it's valued at.
Well, Flander will go with Eckankar if Eckankar will have him.
Lear,
Yeah, anybody can come if they want.
Lear will turn into a rat, and he'll be like, "I'm gonna hide in your pocket."
I'm sticking with Hemo.
All right, so Lear is going to be going as a pocket. You see,
Pocket rat.
Zindra looks over and she says,
Adorable.
"You're asking me. I'm not going to that Lord Protector's place. I have nothing. I don't want nothing to do with that place."
Yeah, she doesn't like me very much.
I wonder why.
I will not aid endeavors there.
All right.
So I'm just, if there's a room at the school, we're just gonna go just sack out, recover.
You have a 4-hour thing too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of I believe I have Lear the Rat and Eckankar and Flander going to Lord Protector's office. All right.
Are you coming?
Oh, sorry.
Are you coming?
No.
Okay.
I'm hanging with Hemo.
Yeah, it's just the two of them. Oh, it's Lear. It's and then
Jerry's
Flander.
sleeping.
Where's Flander at? He's nowhere to be found.
He's down
Well,
by
It's interesting too.
Flander ran
I'm
away.
still over by Wyvern House here.
All right. All right. Let me see.
All the elves are like, no.
Had enough of this human nonsense.
It's been a day.
Well, there's two nonsenses going on right now.
Okay. You walk up to the Lord Protector's office. As you near this again, the Market Square has very few relatively comparative wagons and trains with caravans here. And you walk up to the front. There are soldiers sitting around talking to each other, and one of them looks over. It's just a general soldier who you've not met many times before, but he walks up and he says, Mr. Dune, pleasant day.
Corporal Redshirt, good to see you.
Why don't you go check out that dangerous flower while the rest of us have a meeting?
Yes, pleasant day to you. Is Chandrillian?
The Lord Protector, certainly. Yes, she is. Go on inside. I believe she's in a lower level office down here.
Right.
Leonard's
Thank
gonna
you.
Dust himself, straighten himself up a little bit.
All right. You walk in. There are several soldiers cleaning. Looks like they're pulling out furniture from different rooms and organizing them while a couple other people are cleaning. They're kind of looks like they're kind of like getting ready for the election.
Mhm.
They're taking out like a podium and some staging, things like that from probably from somewhere upstairs where they're pulling down that stuff to get ready to get the
Still
town.
2 days from now.
Yeah, I think it's a couple days from now. Yeah, so that they seem to be hard at work. So when you walk in there, so you're seeing how it's a quiet town. You're almost expecting it to be quiet. It's oddly more busy in here than it is outside. So you walk around and you see Darathra Chandrel, the Lord Protector, in her office, and she's talking to another soldier, and the soldier is leaning over, and they're having whispered words. If you want to give me a listen check using a perception, that would be fine.
All right.
Womp womp.
Oh no.
Either of you hear anything.
One more 7 and we all win, right?
As you
Yeah.
as you walk around the corner, Darathra looks up and says, "Oh, Mr. Dune." He looks over at the soldier. "Excuse us." And the soldier gives a nod and grabs a paper that she had been reviewing. It looks like probably the shift change lists and some information about soldier positioning and that type of thing. It's pretty standard stuff. She walks out to the door waiting for that soldier to leave, and she says, "Come in. What did you find out?"
It's, ma'am, I will let you know we were able to actually dispel what dark magic is happening in the Briarwood.
She kind of smiles. She says, "I'm surprised. In the Barrow Woods, there was
Briarwoods.
you were able to. That's been a dangerous place for years. That's amazing."
There seemed to be some ritual regard with the Bashaba was performed, and it led to what was happening there.
And you were. What happened? Are you going to tell her the story?
Yeah, I'll just regale her with everything, like especially like the big crystalline guy telling us what's something below the town as well. Him mentioning that, I'll just tell her everything.
She skirts that. She kind of skips that as quick as possible. At the end, she says she's leaning against her desk and she's very interested in everything you're saying. And she says that is an amazing story. I know about what happened with the whole mine thing with Fandolin, but seeing that's more than a 10-day away from us, I forgot how resourceful you were. But I made the right call in asking you to take care of this. So now, what did you find out about Duvessa? This fake Duvessa. Do we have information on her?
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much more information other than we know for a fact she killed the real Duvessa and seemingly wanted the Barrow Woods to remain as it was. We have some idea to the south. These ogres were vacated from this tower that we believe may have some answers for us.
Was that anything to do with this? There was some gentleman came in here earlier this morning talking about ogres and something about a wine. I don't know. It seemed very mundane. One of those. I can find out more, but somebody came in.
No, the very one. I don't know. Was he able to pinpoint a more exact location? He'll just tell her, like, I talked to him. He's giving general ideas.
Just down the long road. I was going to send a couple soldiers down there to ride up and on the road a couple miles and see if we spot anything. They sound like they were just looking for wine. Okay,
yes.
She kind of looks like I've not seen ogres in a long time, but when I had, they were not looking for wine. They were looking for something more.
So they might have answers as to where this tower is, and we could.
And what do you think this tower has? She asks you.
I'm not sure. This man took over the tower. He had these mechanical creations that I remember seeing Duvessa having. It might lead to further information in discrediting her.
You said that she had a mechanical horse.
Yes.
There might be a tie there. Good idea. We're running out of time, though. We only have a few more days. Do you know how far away the tower is?
No, until we find the ogres, we don't know exactly what tower it could be. But we're going to make the journey with all haste tomorrow morning.
Well, say nothing about the Barrow Woods. We'll save this information for when we need it. What I want you to do is get yourself some rest. You look like you could use a few moments of reprieve, and at first light, make your way to see if you can find these ogres and this tower. See anything you can find. Anything. We need to bring it to Duvessa when she comes here for the debate before the election.
Yes, ma'am, if I may, I hope taking down the Barrow Woods would put me more in your regard, and I would tell you it is of the utmost importance that I think you let us know what is below this town. I
She
hope
looks-
you can trust me.
She looks down, and then give me a persuasion roll with advantage. What'd you get?
It was much better that you didn't bring me.
21.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She looks over. He looks over at you, right? She says, "Flander, outside the soldiers are getting things ready for the election. Maybe you want to wander out that way and see if you can give them a hand, maybe a song."
I will bow, my lady, and leave.
And she says, "And Lear, you might want to follow him
Nothing gets by her.
as well."
Dang, she's good.
Shit.
Don't careful in the corners. There may be something you don't want to eat there. What are you gonna do, Lear?
He'll just pop out back into his form.
You turn back into your
Wow.
form there.
Yep.
Hi.
Well, this it answers that. I guess you weren't happy to see me. She smiles.
I thought it was a breast pocket.
I thought it was under his hat.
Impressed.
Yeah. His hair like Ratatouille.
All right. She closes the door. And when she does, she touches the door. After touching the door, the whole door lights up like a mist for a moment.
Arcane lock, probably.
She walks around to this front of her desk and she opens it. She reaches in farther as if she's reaching for something that maybe is secured or stuck or whatever. And she pulls it out, something metal. And she takes the metal and she tosses it to the center of the table, like ting, ting, ting. You're kind of on the far side. When you look down, what you see is a metal harp with a moon next to it.
Okay.
She says, "Do you know what this is?"
No.
She says, "I belong to an organization called the Harpers. They have been securing places for a long time. We are a network that is loosely coupled, but we work as individuals to thwart problems. This thing you want to know about what's in the basement, believe me, it is here and I am here to make sure nothing touches it. Were you aware of the Second Sundering?"
Yes, ma'am.
Well, in the Second Sundering, they recrafted the tablets, and all of the spell plague went away, and all that nonsense of the gods long before I was around here. Well, shortly after that, two things happened here. One was a stone fell from the sky, and that stone we put in the shrine of Ilmater. And we brought guards there to protect it. Now, we knew little about what the stone was. According to my readings, they called it some kind of a artifact for Ilmater, and they put it there for safekeeping. The other thing they found that came with it is in the basement. That other thing that's there, I will not tell you about, but I will tell you this. We must keep it safe. And I can't tell you because that was the whole point of me coming here is I just swear I wouldn't tell anyone. It is I come from Silvery Moon, and I have laid down my requirements to come here. And so I came here and I replaced the previous Lord Protector by winning an election, like all we do. We do not fix those things. and I've taken my place. And someday, another Harper will come here when I am done and take my place to make sure the thing in the basement never gets out. I will tell you this: there's nothing that can hurt anyone down there. It will do no harm. It is a thing, not a creature. And like all things, it is only evil in the hands of evildoers. She walks over and she picks up her emblem of the Harpers, and she walks back over and slides it in the drawer, securing it. She says, "Now, Mr. Dune, is there anything else I can offer you?"
Thank you for trusting me with this information.
I don't know what anybody wanted with that stone. It was a piece of stone that fell from the sky. It seemed worthless. Whatever it is, somebody took it. And that's when I knew that if something can come from that stone, something can come from the thing in the basement. And that's why I'm being extra careful about who I speak to.
Were you ever in contact with my friend Finnis?
Finnis. I met him. He was here in Silvery. He was here in Tribor for a very brief time.
We told her earlier about the conversation back and forth with the original Devesashane and Finnis, and how that they were. We wanted to notify the Harpers that the taint was extended beyond the High Forest.
Yeah,
and even the what's that called?
And I believe a
spellfire or whatever.
The spellfire, yeah, spell plague.
Yeah.
Spell plague. Yeah.
And it was also mentioned that they had to get in contact with a Harper agent.
Mm-hmm. You have a way of getting this information back to the Harpers?
It's already done.
Mm.
It's her.
Well, she's having some trouble right now.
I'll make sure it happens. I'll let him know everything you said. But the important thing is we cannot let some unsecured entity walk in here. I don't know what Shane wants with, or whatever the thing is that you say is this Shane. I don't know what they want with this tower. And I don't want it to become a thing of force. This is a small town, and it's here to be, we place it here for obscurity purposes. Now, it concerns me that someone might know about it, which is why she might be running against us, and so we have to move it. But we cannot move it now. It'll take time. So in the meantime, we have to make sure that she does not win the election.
I understand, ma'am.
You'll just to the town.
I'll just give it like a little bow and walk and leave.
All right. She stands up. She says, "Mr. Dune, you're a service to Tribor, and we appreciate it."
Thank you.
And that's where we'll end. All right. Great role-playing night tonight. We had a fun time after having a whole string of combats and all these crazy things.
And we still haven't gotten our long rest.
You still haven't gotten a long rest. Yeah.
We'll get there.
You think short rests are hard to come by in this game? It's like doing Baldur's Gate 3 run. Like I can do it all without any there's long rest or something crazy.
Day one still.
Yeah. All right.
I'll tell you, nothing has made me want to go murder hobo more than having to deal with the banks. Hemo is not. He is a lawful, or at least a decent elf.
Right. Yeah, I try to make you kind of weigh people so that you have good NPCs that are fun, but some are NPCs that are annoying and whatever.
And then bureaucracy, just constantly weighing its ugly, thick, heavy head.
Hemo doesn't understand leans.
Yeah.
Me as a player, only
the guy,
kind of.
The auditor who came to your place, he was just trying to do his job. He wasn't necessarily doing anything wrong, but.
Can I speak to you?
What if we showed you this lovely old mine entrance that we think might still have some bits in it? Check this out. Illusion is clearly there, but you can see it, right?
Yeah, walk up to this dangerous cliff and look over.
You can trust me. The guy who owes you 30,000 gold.
There's some treasure down that cliff there.
All right, so that means next week you're going to mount up and head out and see if you can find these ogres again. And so
we'll have to buy some beer.
Bring beer.
Yeah,
or kill them.
I'd hate. I mean,
we gotta.
They seem like good lads. They don't know what they're doing.
Tell us where their power was. Is.
Well, you didn't. I don't think you ever really asked them.
I know. So I'm saying we can't just kill them. We got to find where the tower is.
Might pay to have ogres on our side.
It must be nice. It must be nice.
All right. Well,
ogres on your side.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We'll head out. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day, and then we'll meet next week and probably get back into some heavy initiative rolls somewhere. So a good reprieve night, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun with the characters. A lot of fun.
Yep.
Right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Be safe, have fun, and roll
Bye
high.
for now.
Roll high.
Bye for now.